this is how you water down shit so it don't be watered down. You fucking get whatever it is you trying to get, then you use it the way you know to use it. Then you check to see if you're using it correctly. That's not watering it down, but you're getting the chance to use it and make mistakes if you're going to make some mistakes. And it clarifies you, whereas watering shit down makes you avoid making mistakes.
You wanna end yourselves. You're depressed. You're sad. You're lonely. And then here's the key of their drug they laying on you. What do y'all say? How do I get my girl back? How do I get the relationship back? You don't want her back. You want the feeling she gave you because you couldn't give it to yourself. And that's why all these things are going wrong with a lot of you guys, based off the fact that y'all ain't learning the motherfucking game the way you should be.
You learn so much at SW. For instance, we cover things like timing and flow. Without those two things clicking, you will never catch that woman you after. Timing has to do with how fast or how slow your conversation is coming out your mouth. And flow has to do with how you phrase your statements, so the words will flow clearly from your mouth. It's imperative that you have a spiel that introduces or brings the conversation in.
Regardless of what the woman says, or what, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, because he sees himself as a prize. And gentlemen, if you don't see yourself as a prize, you will always run behind women. You will always run behind pussy. It's just a rule of the game, dog. It's just how it is. But what I'm saying to all you guys out there that's important, guys, again, is that the thing is that you have to have some kind of a composure in yourself and a belief in yourself that most of you guys just don't have. The man, or what I tell you, the villain, the guy that gets the woman to want to fuck him and want to be with him, he understands that the real allure and magnetism, again, is not trying to bombard somebody, as I was telling you guys before. It is all about the element of his appeal that he has and holds to himself.
You can if you want to, but I wouldn't just start hitting on the bitch. No, I got 4 or 5 things of interest to me that I'm going to say to her, and her interest with these things is going to tell me if I should talk to this bitch or not. I got a plan for everything. I have a plan for everything. So if you don't, you better get with it. You got to have these initial lines, and you got to be able to spin them smoothly. I teach my students to expect to win. In anything you're doing, expect to goddamn win. If it's about eating breakfast with some partners, still, I ain't trying to be the first one finished, but I'm expecting to win at that. I don't really know anything that I would do that I wouldn't expect to win. And I always do, because I'm expecting no more than what I can do.
Your reality versus the reality we're trying to put you into are worlds apart. Okay? There is no failure in my world. I keep telling you, y'all don't fail. You never fail in your new reality. But when you have an expectation of pussy and you don't get what you want, you see it as a failure because you labeled it as failing.
this pimpin', I was born for the game. Gold on my wrist, got a queen in my frame. All gas, no brakes, I'ma ride till I'm gone. I love this pimpin', baby, sing my song. Yeah, it's that real game. Lace up them boots, slide in them heels. Let's talk that talk, walk that walk. Hey, baby, know what time it is. I'm Rosebud smooth and have a slick back. Give me my money and get your butt back on the track. What's up, girl? Don't make me get out this car. You know what you know. Sell that booty and put on a show.
Bud, I love, you just hearing this shit, man. Just make you wanna,
Hey, it make you want to wake up and be here.
Yeah, it's like you with your girl and stuff. You just driving like nowhere. She got her feet kicked up on the dashboard. You just driving and everything, man.
You know it.
Yeah. And then you take your fingers and slide over and kind of touch a little bit. You know what I mean? Anyway, how y'all guys? Hey guys, everybody, how y'all doing? Here with my dog Rosebud Bitter Dose, man. We are here to chop up this game, guys. We say for all you guys out there, if you got a question, go ahead and put a Q. Lines are open. We are going to talk about suitable ways to ignite desire and keep her coming back. But before we do that, Bud, how are you doing, Bud? What's going on with you, man?
I'm doing great, Dean. How about you, man?
Man, I'm living, man. Living, loving, and loving life, man. Loving. Hey, man, this is, hey, dog, we in it, man. They out of hibernation, Bud. They out and about. So it's on.
And we doing what we love and we living what we love because we being real.
Yes, we absolutely are. And let's get into the show. So most men, Bud, are confused when this happens. When a woman who once laughed at their jokes and their text messages and everything like that and loved the conversation, all of a sudden becomes distant with these guys. And a lot of these guys don't understand the truth or understanding about attraction. And people don't understand when it comes to attraction or sexual attraction, it doesn't die of what you say. It dies because how you showed up with the woman. So let's go ahead and talk about that, man. Let's discuss that for these guys because we're gonna break some of this down for you guys. And guys, get your notes. And if you have a question, please put a Q. Lines are open and we got you. But Bud, what say you on this, man?
Well, when it's about getting her attention and holding it,
yes,
it's not really about being loud or flashy or overly smooth. It's about being present.
Yes.
There while you talking to her, being, sparking her emotion.
Yes.
Keeping her engaged, her mind engaged, and knowing you got to know how to tell a story while making her feel seen. Yeah. You're not ignoring her. You know what I'm saying? You got to be fully present. And a lot of dudes just simply sit there and agree and barely speak. But in the moment, by being in the moment, you pay attention to what she's saying and you repeat various statements and words, and you use your sense of humor, Dean.
Yeah, I love what you're saying about, and guys, it's very important about keeping her mind engaged. Most guys are so busy trying to keep her body engaged, but they don't know how to keep her mind engaged. And I'm not saying, like you're saying, it's not about being flashy. It's not about being over the top. Hey, but because we old heads, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those flashy days are gone and past our old asses and shit. But it's about depth, man. It's about unpredictability. It's about emotional stimulation. But it comes from you having a strong sense of self. But when her mind is stimulated, her desire, the things that trigger inside of her, it activates, man. I don't think guys understand how deep and important that is, man.
Dean, they don't understand that if they want to really get to them draws, you got to get to that mind.
Oh man, you got to get to. Oh man, because you got it. You have to. It's like you got to be consistent, but you have to keep her guessing, not by playing games, but she's got to try to analyze and figure you out. You know what I mean, bud?
Yeah, most of the dudes, they don't put their phone away. They scan in the room looking to see. They doing everything to let her see she's not important to them at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Yeah.
thing you need to do is you gotta re the ABPs
Always.
always be playing
Yes,
is
always.
very important.
Yes.
If you're not playing, you setting yourself up to be played.
Oh yeah. Hey, bud. Being fully in present. Being in the moment.
Hell
Not
yeah.
not just sitting around. Man. Hey, bud. It's not. God, but it's the thrill of the hunt, bud. There's nothing like it in the way. You know, it's this thrill saying, you know what? I'm gonna give you the chance to get with me, and when you get with me, I can't wait to show you who you actually are with me.
Hey, you know what? That is something that dudes do not put in their head.
Oh my God.
They do not even think about that. They think about her so much, they don't think about what effect they are having on her.
Oh, yeah, let's talk on that. Yeah, that the effect, and that's what I'm saying. Okay, Bud, you want to say that I am the effect. I'm not the one that's going. You're not affecting me. You're not going to affect me the way I'm going to affect you. Because, Bud, this is what I always say. Bud, you and I, we have confidence, we have self worth, and we're secure in who we are. Yes, yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, yeah. So doesn't that mean that to someone who doesn't have those things, don't we have the tactical advantage of saying, when you get with me, I'm going to show you how to get rid of those things by following someone who doesn't have those things at all?
Hey, Dean, the thing is, we don't implement the trick tactic, or I'm talking about trying to trick her or any of that stuff. We be real,
Yes,
and,
yes,
and we make her feel like, not that we can understand, we do understand.
yes.
Hey, we don't overdo it, but we agree with some of the things she be saying. And you got to know what. Do you know what actively means? As far as, if you listen actively, that it means that you're participating in the conversation, which is promoting her to confide in you.
Woo, Bud, slow it down, dog. I'm throwing the towel, Bud. Slow it down because they don't understand what you just said, Bud. But it is the greatest sexual chess match because, okay, a woman talks to guys all the time, but they don't listen. They want to talk about what they want to talk about, but they bypass and don't pay attention to the woman in which she's talking about, which actually shows her that, you know what, he's not really paying attention to me. He's too busy staring at my body, my ass, my titties, and then she gets turned off. But when you're talking about the actively listening, Bud, it's like, okay, I can talk to you, I can listen to you, I can lead you, and I can listen to where I'm leading you to actually lead you to where I want to lead you from that point of leading you, dog. I'm sorry, but I just get that shit get me excited, man. I love that, dog. I
Hey
love
man, the thing is, if you actively listening, you're not just listening. You're
yeah,
participating in the conversation, and listening is one of the things that you're doing. It's not the only thing you're doing.
yeah. Wait, they say Lady Sam says, like my man chilled and relaxed, he allows me to do what I need to do, knowing he's got me. It's the same thing. See, Bud, the thing that you want to make sure you want to give, but you want to listen, but you want to give her room. You know what I mean? You also want to give her room to miss you. How is she gonna miss you if you're all up under her? But how is she gonna think about you if you're all up under her? But again, they don't understand listening is not just to her words, but listening is also to her actions. There are things that women going to do without actually telling you, and you have got to actually listen to those as well. What say you, Bud?
Hey, not only listen to, but you got to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You got to hear what she's saying, and you got to pay attention to how you're reacting to what she's saying. If you involved in your phone, or you involved in looking around trying to see who there, that's telling her, something may be here that he wants. It surely ain't me. You don't know what messages you be sending her when you do the things you do. That's why everything should be planned. I plan everything.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's what Bud, you said something serious, and that's the messages they send. They don't understand that everything you do and everything you say, Bud, and everything you don't say sends a message to the woman. It tells her not only your story, it also, because these women are kind of cold with it, it also tells her how she needs to adjust and move to either get you to do what she wants you to do. Let's talk on that, man.
Well, see, the thing is, if you're listening to her, you're seeing her go in that direction, and you can tell when she's in that direction
Mhm.
because she's not really the same as far as paying attention to you into what you're saying. And if she's not, you got to adjust what you're saying.
Yeah, adjust what you're saying and doing it. Guys, if you got a question, please put the queue lines are open. But this is, I think so many guys go wrong with this because they don't lock in. And but they lock in, but they locking in on the wrong thing. What I love to do to lock in, I want to lock in and show her why me. You know what I mean? I wanna show her that, you know what, I am paying attention to her, but I'm gonna show her why she needs to pay attention to me. But talk
See,
on
a lot of dudes think that all that shit is physical, but it's not. It's mental.
it's
You
all
you got to get it all in her mind as far as what she's thinking about. And if you don't say the right things, otherwise, if you want to compliment her, you have to be subtle. So you're the kind of lady who's calm on the outside, but always analyzing things under the surface. Am I right about that? You say something like that, then she
yeah.
think about that.
Yeah, and I always love the smiles and I love the smiles, the blushes, and the looks and everything, because it I don't think guys understand this, and this is so important, making her feel understood. But I think they don't understand the depth that when you can make a woman feel understood. But let's talk about that. When you can make her feel that way.
See, that's all a part of listening actively, and you don't want to be a yes man, but you
Right,
do
right.
want to agree with some of the shit she's saying and
Yeah.
elaborate with your own feelings on it. You sort of paraphrase what she said and then give her your take on it while you're talking. But
Mhm.
if you're disagreeing, you agreeing disagreeing so subtly. It's almost like you're agreeing. It's just you correcting something. You're standing a little.
Yeah,
You
because yeah,
go ahead.
because no, but because women they have their own mind. You know what I mean? They have their own thoughts, and sometimes they just want to express themselves. Whether you like it, don't like it, or don't agree with it, you gotta allow her to say what she wants to say. Who am I to come into her life and sit there and say, hey, check this out. You need to listen to me. You need to change what you think for me. And what a lot of guys do, Bud, is they listen to respond, but they don't listen to understand. They hear her words, they nod politely, and they throw a generic and that doesn't get you anywhere. Like you said, there is nothing wrong with pushback. I think that's one of the things that gets sexual tension. Pushback to me is not being disrespectful because, like you said, Bud, we don't have to agree on what she's saying, but I am going to be able to give my opinion on what we're talking about without creating a disagreement. We're just going to have a conversation about it, Bud. Let's talk on that.
It's hard for people to just have a conversation when they have sex on their mind.
Yes.
And dudes are guilty of that because that's why they don't have a conversation. They want to get to know the woman, but instead of wanting to talk to her to get to know her, they want to just fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that is you supposed to already know somebody when you in that position. You supposed to already have a particular understanding of who this person is before you even get sexual.
You know what? And before you say that, you just rolled into the statement that this young man said right here. We love giving correction when correction is actually needed. This young man says it doesn't matter what we do. If they're not into you to commit or be submissive to you, it'll never work. Let's stop right there. You know what is crazy about the difference between those that have game and get pussy bud to those who can't get pussy at all?
What is
How
the
can
difference?
one even ask for a woman to commit to them when they are not committed to themselves? How can a motherfucker ask a woman to submit to him when he doesn't submit to himself and all he's doing is sitting around making poor me victim excuses as if he ain't the problem? Listen, look at what this dude is saying. Are we serious? Are we serious? Look at what he's saying. He said it doesn't matter. You said we
He got a lot to say in that statement, but
he ain't saying nothing.
it seemed like it's all to say nothing.
He ain't saying nothing because listen. Nobody, no. Please take God out of this because God has nothing to do with this. This has everything to do with you. You don't have a commitment to yourself, and you don't even know how to submit and understand yourself. And yet, what they do, they want to put it on the woman right here, bud. You notice this? They want to put it the one on there, man. And this is why women don't want to mess with guys like you, young man, because again, you were too busy trying to listen to yourself being a victim versus the game. But what say you on this thing he's saying right here, man?
Well, I'm not really understanding what he's saying. Talking about, it don't matter what we do if they're not into you. I do understand that. If they're not into you, you can't really do shit but get them into you. And there is a way to get them into you once you see the tension of y'all not connecting. That means you got to be more participative in the conversation. You're making her answer her own questions and her, have to come up with the things to talk about because you're not in this, you're not here.
Right.
Your body is here, but your mind is not. You're thinking about all kind of things that you can't do and you're not doing instead of thinking of things to do. You got to think of what to do and what to say. You can't just be there.
Yeah, and here's another one. And again, gentlemen, I want to show y'all something. This is very important right here in this one right here. Gentlemen, when there is a struggle that a lot of you young men are going through right now, Bud and I understand. And I understand that the struggle and the frustration sometimes is so bad that you want to blame and get mad at women knowing that you are the problem. See, when you listen to now, you read this young man's comment. Now let's get to his comment saying he's talking about these janking ass women ain't trying to hear none. Okay. First off, sir, please articulate yourself better. But number two, you're showing why you have a losing mentality. See, sometimes, Bud, you know what? A lot of these guys have a hard time communicating with women because they don't understand how to communicate to themselves to communicate to women. So then they get upset and angry and start this anger towards women. But when did we ever get mad at women? When did women start to become the scourge of the earth because they're not interested in a loser mentality person?
Well, when motherfuckers have to make up shit to tell you about what to do, they give you a reason to be mad, but the reason a lot of dudes don't connect with women is not because they don't talk, it's the way they do talk.
There you go.
Is what they're saying, and they're not actually saying shit that promote conversation. They saying shit that ends it because they're being not like a dictator, but they're telling you how this or that should go. And they're not asking you how you feel as far as that go. If you want to make a point, it's always best to let her make her point on the subject, and then you can combat it as far as that go. You can make her feel understood is what I'm saying.
Yeah, not only her point, but we got a few questions to answer, but not only her point, Bud, but you can also take her points and use that to flirt with her. You can take her points and make her smile. You can take her points and make her actually think about what you're saying, which she then begins to shift her perspective and appreciate you for the conversations that you're getting, which will also trigger another way to her to connect with you. But when you don't have that game, bud, or that mouthpiece, you're going to get angry and you're going to be combative. A woman says, you know what? I'm a Republican. Well, I'm a Democrat and I don't like Republicans. The Republicans are da. You know what I mean? They just get angry and bitter. But anyway, we have questions, guys. If you got a question, please put a Q. We'll get your questions. Lines are open as well. Here's a question right here from Dave G. Would you say the aspects of giving pushback is part of the actual invitation and guidance into your world, bud? What say you, man?
Well, that's not a stupid question. It's actually the answer is yes. When you providing pushback, you're only giving her something to think about as far as what she said. Now, when you give pushback, it ain't to make them shut down. It's to make them elaborate on what they're saying, so that you can understand it. Because the pushback, you're not clear at what she's saying right now. So you back. You're not going to agree unless you do understand. Now,
right.
you got to really see this in order to do this. If you see how you listen is actually attracting her, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you see it's kind of creating distance, you have to be able to change your flow. And you got to really do that. And the way you actually get into that is listen, participate as you listen. You take what she's saying and dissect it.
Yeah, but here's the problem I have with the Dave G. It's a great question, but here is where most of you guys fail in what you're saying. It's a great question, Dave G. Shout out to you, brother. But listen to Bud. Check this out. The reason why this is a bad thing, Dave, is because you have an agenda. See, the thing about Rosebud and myself, we bring her into our world because we're always in our world. We're never stepping outside of our world to have a conversation to bring her into our world. See, when you guys,
we don't need that phone booth.
We don't need the phone booth. Right? I need to make a phone booth. I need to make a phone booth, right? So Dave, and this is good for everybody. Listen. So what y'all guys are trying to do? Okay, you're trying, instead of being interesting, you're trying to be interesting, meaning that the woman actually has so much influence over you. You're trying to be this thing to bring her in somewhere when she's already in. Okay, I'm trying to get deep without them drowning. Let me slow this down. Dave G, your question is coming from being into her world because you're so interested in her. You're trying to be interesting enough to draw her back into your world. What Bud and I are talking about is that we're interesting people. So we never leave our world. We're not looking to an invitation or guidance. We are the invitation and we are the guidance. Bud, what say you on this?
Well, I agree, man. If the thing about giving pushback is they kind of confuse it with arguing.
Yes.
And they make it to where it's an argument. You don't argue when you give pushback. You say, well, how is that working? How does that work? If you don't agree, how does that work? And then they start telling you about it, and the points they bring up are what you talk about. And my point is that you wouldn't have to do any of this if you had an agenda, if you was following your agenda, if you understood what you wanted cannot come without you voicing it. You got to voice what you want, or you got to voice the things that you want to talk about that's going to get you what you want.
All
if
right.
you don't have this stuff lined up, it's going to be like you're stumbling while you're trying to talk to her.
All right, we got a call. Area code 267. I think I missed your number. 267. What's your name, sir? And what's your question? How can we help you?
Yeah, what's going on, Steve? What's up, bud? It's Dave G from the chat.
Dave, what's up, bro? I'm glad you called, man.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to follow up on what y'all was saying. I also mentioned in the chat, too, like, when it comes to pushback, you're not pushing back to be combative. And I agree with you, Steve, and I get what you're saying as far as just being. You know what I mean? You're not giving pushback or giving, you're not trying to be combative or trying to, stir up something that's unnecessary or discussion that's unnecessary. You're just being you. You're giving her your perspective based on who you are already and who you are or who you're presenting to her
All right.
as far as just being yourself.
So Dave G, a perspective. Let's say she's a vegetarian and we're meat eaters, right? So some people are going to think that just because she's a vegetarian, she ain't going to get on this meat and eat this meat. Yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying is that
Right.
just because she's a vegetarian, I can respect what she is, but I don't have to agree on why she's doing what she's doing. I can say, listen, you know what? That's something unique about you. I mean, every woman has their story of why, again, a vegetarian doesn't want to eat meat. It doesn't mean that for me to be with her, I've got to put the meat away and I got to eat salads all the goddamn time. But when you get this game down, you can make a vegetarian cook meat. I don't think y'all understand this. When you get this down, you can make a woman who doesn't even eat meat cook meat for you because you're that guy. Bud, what say you, man?
Well, you know what, man? I never adjust my desires to fit her. That's part of me seeing her get into me, adjusting her desires to fit me. She don't have to change her desires, but she got to at least approach what I'm saying with a willingness to understand what I mean if I bring it to her clearly. And I'm not going to run away from talking like these guys do. I don't know, just one word answers, all that kind of shit. You don't do that when you with a broad. You actually elaborate on what your answer is. When you give your answer, you want her to understand your answer. So you elaborate on what you mean. And that brings her closer to you because as you elaborating, you giving her chance to comment on it and she puts emphasis on what you're saying.
Right.
If you follow this pattern, you're gonna catch this woman.
Right. And it's basically when we're talking to a woman, it's a conversation without judgment. I mean, we're not judging her. Bud and I will accept a woman for what she is. I'm not who am I to want to change what she is? That's not what we're here to do. We're here to show her that the influence comes from us. You see what I'm saying, Bud? I listen. Again, vegetarian or whatever, even goes to religion. It doesn't matter what it is she is. Doesn't mean you can't have a relationship with her. I don't know, but why they to be compatible with people. I don't know all about that compatibility bullshit where they like, well, y'all have to be compatible to have a relationship or get sex. You don't need to be compatible, but with a woman to get some ass, it's the conversation. The understanding, Bud, is he understands my position and he's not trying to change my position. He's not judging my position. He's not ridiculing me because I think this way or anything. That's what's going to make him feel understood, Bud. What say you, man?
Well, that's going to make them see that you can see shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't see. They're so stuck in what they're thinking or not thinking at all that they can't see. So you gotta actually understand where you at in your plan as far as what you want to do now. You can't just be here and then be over here and keep switching. You gotta follow through. Everything has to be smooth. And as far as pushback, dudes do not understand that women are easily intimidated. If you got a sound in your voice, but this is not what you really a threatening sound in your voice, and she's getting a little paranoid. If you don't see that in her actions, you're gonna end up blowing her because she's gonna think you don't care about how she feels. But what you really don't care about is her trying to change how you feel. So I'm not into that. I am into how I feel. And I don't want you to feel what I feel, but I do want you to understand why I feel what I feel. So if I'm talking about something, I'm breaking this something down to stages so it can be understood. And at the same time, I'm providing hella conversation and hella information about me.
Right. So Dave, so any other questions you got, big dog?
Definitely. Yeah, actually, one last question,
Sure.
Bud. I know you got your book on streaming platforms, so I actually stream with Title, but Title don't got the second chapter of your book. Is that I don't know how that goes when you stream like your audio books, but is Title the only platform it's on?
I don't think so. I'm not gotta. I gotta look into that to answer that correctly.
So and real quick, Dave G. So just remember, I just want to say to you, Dave G. I like what you're saying, but remember, if you're thinking about trying to bring her into your world, that means she's got influence over you. You should never think about, I want to bring her into my world. I'm already in
Right.
my world. Where I'm never leaving my world to go into hers. The more I can talk to her, the more I can connect with her, the more she's going to want to actually want to be drawn into me, because most guys don't make her feel understood. Most guys don't make her feel like, you know what, my words matter. You know what I mean? Like, women say things, but they just don't feel like when they're sharing it with somebody, they feel like what I'm saying just doesn't matter to him, which means if my words don't matter to him, that means I don't matter to him. And that means I'm not even going to be interested in someone who's not even listening to me, bud.
Well, see, that's the thing about these cats. They don't show their attention.
Yes.
You know, they're used to being this bad student that don't act like they're paying attention.
Yeah.
You gotta put yourself in the position of being who you're trying to represent. If you're trying to represent somebody that understands, then you really gotta be able to listen, and you gotta take them streets out of your conversation. As
Yes.
far as if you stay in present, you don't want to say none of the slick shit that you motherfucking hear in the streets on a daily basis.
Right.
You want to say stuff with regular words that they can understand, that don't need to be interpreted.
Right. It doesn't have pushback, but has conversation without pushback. But listen, it's okay for you. You don't have to agree, but don't disagree to create an argument. You can disagree with a statement, and then they're not going to feel some kind of way, because they're going to like, okay, this is how I feel, but you're not agreeing with me. Then they're going to get mad because you're like, well, wait a second. What, you were trying to start an argument? No, I understand what you're saying. I'm listening to what you're saying. And here's my perspective on what you're saying without me disagreeing. You're allowed to have a thought, bud. You're allowed to say that, you know what, I hear what you're saying, but these are my thoughts on the thing. And that's it, and have a conversation. But Dave, any other questions before we throw you in, brother?
Hey, that's it, man. I appreciate the game, man. Y'all keep spitting that shit for
All
sure.
right, no doubt, man. We'll throw you back in, brother. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you. Guys, lines are open, gentlemen. We gonna get to some of these questions right here. Let's get to the next question, Bud. Oh, shout out to Courtney. Hey, G. Shout out to K. Appreciate that right there. Thank you very much. This guy said, I cut a woman off because she was constantly accusing me of seeing other women when I already told her I deal with one person at a time. Should this be a future standard, or should I? What? Bud. What I don't understand. All right, okay, Bud. If you are honest with a woman and let her know where she's at, you're not going to have these problems. You're not. See, what y'all guys do is that you don't know how to stand on anything. And who questions the king but the king, Bud? I wish a woman, listen, if a woman.
If you run from that,
yeah,
you ain't going to ever satisfy whatever she's thinking.
Never. Because
she's already thinking that maybe she think you cool, she like you or whatever. So she just gonna say you got a bunch of women. If you don't know how to address that, not admitting to having a bunch of women, but acknowledging that you definitely know how swell you look, and the average woman is not prepared for a motherfucker like you. So, you make her see your view of you, and that will always get you, mileage.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't, again, but if she accuses you of something, you check the behavior. and you let her know if this happens again, I'm out. I'm not here. Listen, I'm not here to explain myself, Bud. I'm not. You're not going to accuse me of something because I'm so, Bud. We are so transparent. They can't accuse you of anything because they already know everything is. See, the problem with you, young man, is that you're not clear and concise on who you are, and you kind of muddling between something that's going on with you. And the fact that you already told her that you do that and she's still doing it, that means that you're not leading, Bud. This is a bad leadership thing. Because the woman keep asking you the same thing or accuse you of the same thing, and you're not doing anything about it, Bud, I would have cut her off, Bud. I'd have tossed her.
Hey, he already gave part of what he should do when he already told her, I deal with one person at a time. See, that's right there the wrong thing to say in that situation to me.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing she's gonna go for anything admitting that you are not afraid to have other women, but if that's the case, I don't. I'm just saying you got to make her doubt her whole situation on that. Why? Because she's guessing when she say it, and you're either confirming or denying what she's guessing.
Right. All right. We got another question right here. Guys, got a question. Please put a Q. Lines are open. This guy, Black Ice, finally, you asked a great question here without complaining. I appreciate this. He said, why is there such a short window to get at a chick and how to no. Wait. You don't want to. Okay. You know, Bud says in the intro of the show, even if he's eating breakfast, he wants to finish first. Gentlemen, I love the little window because it's there is an excitement. Why do I listen? Let's see. The thing is that Black Guys, with all due respect, this is the problem. You hesitate, you wait, and you think too much. Bud, think it, do it. That's all. If I see her, hey, Bud, like Indiana Jones, you know how the walls are either closing in or they're coming down.
Yeah.
I'll wait to that last moment to slide under that motherfucker because you know what? I believe in myself. I don't care if the window is short, long, or rectangular. I'm not looking at the window. I'm looking at what I need to do at that moment. And I'm not going to waste a moment sitting around staring, gawking, being creepy and all that other stuff. You got to think it and do it, Bud. What say you on this, man?
Hey, I am a carpenter. So however the big or little that window is, I'm going to rearrange it if that's the case. Because what I'm saying is women want the window want you to think the window is short.
Yeah.
But it's not short.
It's
what you do in that time.
Yes.
If let's say you right now is the moment you should be really getting at her, and you not because you're not sure. You don't feel it right now. Blah blah blah. You know, you can tell by what she's doing if she's really listening to you or into you. That closeness that you are looking for. They invite it when they're really listening, when they really want what you're talking about, when they really want a dude that you're representing. So they will become feminine. All you got to do is masculine.
Yeah, I was just about to. Yep. Yeah. See, okay. So, Black Guys, remember, here's the thing. The thing is when you learn the game, you're not looking at the window. You're not even looking at the body. You're not looking at the ass. You're not looking at her titties. You're not looking at this future of you wanting to smash or what life is going to be with her or if she tears you down or anything. Hey, dog, like I say, like Bud says, you don't have to go into the phone booth. You just gonna roll your ass over there and say, I'm him. Look, I'm about to change your world and I'm about to change your life in a way that you've never seen before. You got to have that mentality. And the more you think about yourself, Bud, versus look at her and look at a window, he's just out talking to himself, Bud. He's really doing more damage.
He really making her see this wall that's between him and her. You know, and the wall gets taller. It's always there, but you can make it so low that you can step over it. She's gonna always believe what the fuck she believes.
Yes.
So then what you need to do is give her something else to add to whatever she's believing to make it more comfortable for you to listen to that bullshit. You know, because that I really think like this, and I really be trying to satisfy what I'm thinking.
Oh, absolutely.
As far as with whoever I'm with, because I'm confident that we are on the same page. She just, if that's the case,
doesn't know yet.
she just fucking express herself a little different than I'm used to.
Right. And she just doesn't know. Hey, she just doesn't know that I'm the guy that she wants to be with. I'm just going to show her. She just doesn't know.
She want to be with a certain kind of guy. She never met him.
She's never met us.
She never met nobody like us, man. So what I'm saying is there's only a few guys like us, and most of us are spread out throughout the country. In the eastern seaboard, in the southern seaboard, northern and western seaboard. We're spread out. So it ain't gonna be a bunch of us. You ain't gonna meet 2 or 3 of us in the same vicinity.
Never. All right, here we go. Let's get to this one right. He says, how do I put my bid in with a total stranger? Gentlemen, listen. Every woman you meet is going to be a stranger. So let's get that out. See, you're already giving influence to the woman. Why don't you? But this is where guys go wrong. Think it, do it. It's this simple. But I give them a 3-step thing. This is who I am. You know, say, excuse me. This is who I am. This is why I'm here, and exchange information. That simple. It's not hard to do, or create your own, but you're too busy worrying about the woman. See, guys, let me explain something. But he doesn't understand why you lose with women. Because you're making it all about the woman and not about yourself. But what say you on this right here?
Hey man, if she's, let's say, all that, she look good, that does not matter to me. What matters to me is what the fuck I got to say to this.
I gotta say,
record. You know, and if let's say I'm wondering what I want to say, it's not going to take me too much wondering, because I know that'll make me not say shit. You ain't gonna say shit if you keep wondering. So what I'm saying is you need to make sure when you think something, you're able to do it. Because I think it and say it. You know, whatever it is on my mind. And I'm not saying I'd be, insulting. I'm not insulting. What I be is influential, and I be wanting to influence them to see another way. And
right.
That's my whole key.
Right. But check this out. So young man Ace, it was a good question you're asking, but there's a bigger problem with Ace, and Ace doesn't even know it. See, Ace, this is not about you going up to the stranger or the woman and talking to her. He said you don't know what to do next. So what you want to do?
That's what it is. How do you put your bid in? By putting it in.
By putting it in, right? But it's not. But see, here's the thing, gentlemen. Going up and talking to a woman has nothing to do with the game. It's the interaction afterwards. So if you don't know how to interact with a woman and show her and make her feel certain things, remember, bud, feel certain things, then what's going to happen is you're going to ask questions like this. This is not about you. Okay, when you go up and order food, don't you talk to a total stranger, Ace? It's the same thing. The problem is you know what you want from the restaurant and you know how to ask for what you want. The problem is that most of y'all guys is because you don't have any game. You don't know how to interact with a woman because all you want to do is sleep with a woman, which isn't a bad thing, bud, but they make it all about the sex and not the person. And he doesn't know how to articulate himself. So instead of moving to the next step, he wants to stay at this step and make this seem like it's a problem when it's not.
Yeah, well, the problem is the way he think about the shit. You know, how do you put your bid? How do you do anything?
How do you do anything? How do you open the door? How do you turn on the lights?
Open the door.
But I will give it. But watch how deep it is. Okay, Ace. Let me show you how thinking works. Okay. how do I handle a electrical situation? How many times, and we've all had this happen one time, where you walked into your door and it's dark and you flipped on the light switch and nothing came on. So then you started to think. You said to yourself, is this electrical or is it a light bulb problem? So in order to figure it out, you went to the next step. You find an electrical appliance, you would turn it on. So that means if the TV comes on, it's a light bulb problem. That means if the TV doesn't come on, it's a fuse problem. And you got it's just thinking. You're not thinking. See, your problem is you can tell that you make everything about pussy and you make nothing about yourself. And because you don't make anything about yourself, you're always going to look at, how do I do the first step of, wait, hey, bud, how do I open the door? How do I grab my toothbrush? How do I turn on a light switch? How do I turn the water on? This is what you're asking in this question.
Sure, it sure is what he's asking. How do you walk?
How do you put your shoes on?
I'm just saying, man, if you gotta ask that how-to shit, that means you haven't thought about what you're asking about.
Here's another question right here. Guys, guys call in if y'all want to. Please ask your questions. We'll get to your questions first as we continue. How do you become more assertive and more dominant on dates, bud?
Do this person know what the word assertive mean? Do
No.
he know what the word dominant mean?
No, he doesn't.
The way you do it is by doing it. If you want to be more assertive, you got to have what you want to say on the tip of your tongue and not be afraid to say it.
Which means, bud,
think it do.
He knows what he wants to do. He's just too chicken shit to do it. That's all.
Hey, they know what they want to do, but the thing about it, what they want to do takes a little finesse.
Yes, it does.
And they ain't got none. So once they come across the idea, I want to fuck, baby, they through thinking. They don't have anything to make this happen. They don't have any avenue to they don't have a path to take that will be enjoyable enough to relax her to actually talk about what it is you really want. You don't have any idea about putting her in the mood as far as that go, because you don't think like a dude. You think like a broad. You know, you want to always compete.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that you guys out here, y'all, but what you say, what can I do to get some pussy, right? Right? What can I do to get hurt, right? Right? What is so weird to me in that reality is, why do y'all hate yourselves so much? Do y'all, wait, do you guys know there's a different way of thinking? Instead of what can I do to get that pussy, why don't we think, what is she going to do to get on this dick? There is two different guys. We've got to stop making women so special that y'all got to do circus tricks. You got to slay a minotaur and ride a dragon just to get her to open her legs. Your perspectives are always the reason why you will never be assertive and you'll never be dominant. A dominant, assertive man has what women would call that big dick energy. Guess what? It's about me. And guess what? It will always be about me, because you're coming into my world, but he's going into her world trying to be something that he can't be. And he's going to get ate the fuck up by these women.
Or he going to become gay.
Yeah. Let's get to the next question. Next question. Would you guys recommend to date a woman who lives in the same apartment complex as you? Is that still considered shitting where you are eating?
Well, I mean, I have done that, but I don't let that type of stuff, rule me.
Well, but I would say yes to a man and no to him, and I will tell you why. See, gentlemen, the problem with you guys, because y'all are kind of effeminate and emotional and you make things about women, if it doesn't work out, you're going to be the one spying on her. Who is that guy that she's with today? And, oh, wait, he came in at 10 p.m. Oh, my God, it's at 7 in the morning. What have they been doing? See, guys, you got to be built on this thing, man. if you can't handle the rejection, because a lot of guys, you want to date them, you want to see them, but here's the problem. The fact that you're asking the question is the reason why you shouldn't do it. Because if you believed in yourself, Bud, you would do it. You wouldn't even.
They would know the answer.
You would know the answer. So don't do it. If you got to ask, if you got a question what you are doing, kind of like the assertive guy and the dominant thing that we talked about a second ago, don't do it. Because you don't, you that means you don't trust you enough. You're questioning yourself. Okay, you see her, okay, Bud, because Bud, back in our day, I always say, well, I got to show him, Bud, when I say back in our day, the 1900s, I always like to, go to the 1900s where everything was old and black and white back in our day and everything. But back in our day, these kids today in their apartments, they have a luxury of having washers and dryers in their apartment.
Already.
Back in our day, that was an extra cost. You had to pay extra money to get a washer and dryer, and I couldn't afford that, so I had to use the laundromat in the apartment or go to the washateria. So when you go there, whether it's doing that or taking out the trash, you're going to run into women all the time. And when you run into them, think it, do it. I don't sit around and think, well, should I talk to her? Am I eating and shitting in the wrong place? I'm just going to talk to her and put my bid in and let her know what the deal is while I'm washing my clothes or throwing out the trash. If you got to think about it, Bud, like you said, again, where's the next phone booth at? Is it around the corner or is it downstairs? Because it sounds like that young man is looking for a phone booth, Bud. What say you?
Believe it or not, that's what he's actually doing. He cannot make a move until he find a phone booth so he can get in and change into super guy or super understanding guy. And that's that is a mental thing that dudes do to themselves. They make themselves so unsure of what to do that they have to ask you what to do. When in reality, they know what to do. They're just not doing it.
Mm-hmm. Got another question, guys. Lines are open. How do you deal with a woman going through menopause? The last two chicks I deal with were going through that stuff.
Hey, man, believe it or not, women be faking a lot of that shit. Just because they go, because let me tell you something. When you live the life I lived, it's a whole bunch of things you got to go against. So the broad come in talking about she on her period. What you gonna tell her to do? Sit up and wait till she's through? Don't get no money? No, you tell her, well, bitch, if you on your periods and it's hurting that bad, go to the hospital. Because the average broad don't want to go sit in no hospital on some bullshit. I'm telling you, man.
Gosh.
The thing is, when they tell you what they can't do or whatever, something's wrong, and you go for it, you letting them know where your window is as far as what they can do and put over on you. Now, I'm not saying you got to be suspicious of everything a woman do, but these questions are as if they don't know what women do.
No, they don't. Let's see. We have another question right here. Limitless asked this question right here. You say you would never leave your world or universe. So when a woman is in your presence, she's already in it. The longer the conversation goes on, it's been in a reality and give her the opportunity to stay. No. Oh, okay. Here is y'all's problem again. All of your questions are fake and false questions because your agenda is getting some pussy. And you can always tell that by what you're saying. Because Bud and I, we don't give a fluck what it is doing as long as she's moving the way we need her to move. I don't care. Y'all are too busy thinking that she's got to do these things or be this way.
They need too many answers, man.
They need too many answers. Y'all, you're complicating this more than what it seems to be.
Yeah, way more.
Way too more, man. Come on. Okay. You're like, okay, well, if I go get a bowl of cereal and I reach for the box and the box is a little bit to the left next to the Quaker Oats versus the right side next to the pasta, I mean, is there any cereal inside of it? Y'all are thinking way too much about things because this is the influence women have over you And Limitless, I appreciate you, brother, but you're exposing yourself. You're overthinking this, man. This is not about the long. I mean, listen, Bud and I can have short conversations with women, long conversations with women, or in between conversations, but we're not sitting around looking, okay, well, all right, I'm at the 200 mark word count of my conversation with her, but now I've got to stop.
Hey, that's how they think, man. You know, they think that it's a determined thing to say. They think that it's a determined amount of time it takes to get whatever closer you want to get. The time is all flexible.
Right.
Shit is flexible. There is no one way to do shit. Period. You know, everybody, me and Steve could go do the same shit, but we ain't gonna do it the same way.
Never the same way.
He gonna do it his way. I'm gonna do it my way. We gonna accomplish the same thing. What you guys don't understand is a lot of the shit you're asking is the same thing, just rehashed.
Yes, absolutely. Here's another question right here. How do you get past the background check when she asks her friends about you and your past shady?
And your past is shady. Think about this. Don't really trip, because you should put that shit up front. You ain't dealing with no choir boy. You know what I'm saying? I got a past. I got a history. Make it more fun than scary.
Yeah, I don't care what her friends are thinking, and I don't care what they think. Okay, you can have a shady past, but okay. Here's the problem, Black Ice, and this is your problem. Is a lot of people's problem that y'all having here. You think Bud and I can understand what the fuck you're talking about? What shady past? How shady is it? Are you a goddamn murderer? Did you go to jail? Did someone hit you with a car? Did you smack someone in the mouth? What is your shady past? Okay, gentlemen, this is why y'all have problems with women, because you don't know how to articulate yourselves. And if you can't, you got to articulate yourself where we can understand everything. And if we can't understand everything, you need to call in and explain yourself, because the answer we might give you might be the wrong answer, because you have not explained yourself well enough to for us to give you the right answer, Bud.
They expect us to, do magic.
Yeah, what is that? What is this shady? What does that even mean? A shady? What does that mean? You got call in and explain what you're talking about. What shady past? What is this shady past that you have, and why is it? Or we just don't understand. Let me see here.
It sounds like you're talking about legal problems, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. It could be legal problems. It could be something. It could be, I don't know.
He could have raped a bitch in the past.
We don't know. And here's the thing: if we don't know to understand you, women are never going to understand you, because you don't know how to explain yourself correctly. Call in and explain yourself. Here's another one. Is it true that teacher can really tell you what to do actually and only point out what to think for yourself? Since it's me. Wait, what the? Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me slow this down. Oh, is it true that that teacher can't really tell you what to do actually, only point to think for yourself, since it's on me to make it my, okay, 3,000. Okay, but I don't think this, okay, let me explain something to y'all ignorant ass people. 3,000. Please understand, and I say this with love and kindness. You have a loser mentality. You are soft, you're effeminate, you're emotional. You have no mouthpiece. You don't know what you're doing with the woman. You don't know what to do with the woman. So thinking for yourself is the reason why you need a mentor, not to think for you, but to teach you a different way to think. The problem with people like this, guys, is that y'all try to cheat the game by taking crumbs and not getting the cake. You want to grab little pieces of information and then connect. Hey, Bud, you know what this Bud's like this. Bud, what was the nicest car you used to drive when you was out there kicking it on the street? What was the nicest car?
Double R.
All right, Rolls Royce, okay? So that is like you, okay, we have Rolls Royce parts and 3,000, you have a Pinto, or if y'all don't understand what a Pinto is, because that's kind of old, you have a raggedy lemon car. Do you think you can put a Rolls Royce part into a broken down car 3,000? Or can the Rolls Royce teach you how to break down the car and build it up like a Rolls Royce so you can have the same mentality? Bud, what say you, man?
They don't go through any of the stuff you just said. What they do is buy that Rolls Royce part and make themselves believe that their car is a Rolls Royce.
Exactly.
That's what they do, man. They buy that part and they try to make that one little part turn their car into a Rolls Royce. Yeah. And that ain't gonna happen. And that's the same thing about these cats when they ask these goddamn questions. The thing about thinking for yourself, you wouldn't ask these questions if you were thinking for yourself, because these goddamn questions are very easy. Do what the fuck you think. That's the answer. Do what you think.
Yes, absolutely. And Griffin, I appreciate what you're saying, but there's a problem in what you're saying, Griffin. There's a problem. Griffin, I get what you're saying. Guys, everything's a teachable moment. And gentlemen, please don't ever do this. Griffin, we appreciate what you're saying, but I got to lace you with some game here, Griffin. I am not a fucking woman's shoulder to cry on. I am not someone to talk to me about other dudes. Griffin, you cannot be that guy. Griffin, I get what you're saying, buddy.
He backdooring, Dean.
You backdoor. You're exactly what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying, dog. Griffin, you're exposing yourself, Griffin. Griffin, why are the women talking to you about these clueless guys versus talking to you about you, Griffin? Come on,
because he's one of their girlfriends.
Exactly, Griffin. Everything, guys. Teachable moments here. Griffin, don't. Hey, wait. Let me show. Wait, guys. Let me show you. Hold on. Here we go.
The friend zone. The friend zone.
Griffin. I appreciate what you're saying, guys. Griffin, don't do this shit. Don't be the guy, guys. If a woman is talking to you about other men, get the fuck out. Hey, don't talk to her anymore because she sees you as her girlfriend. Griffin?
Really?
Really?
In the profession, what do we mean women in the profession?
Well, we got a call. We'll get this 1 second. Let's grab this call real quick, Griffin. Hold on a second. 430, what's your name and what's your question? How can we help you?
Hey, this Black Ice, I was calling about that. I was with that question about the background check.
Okay, what's going on, Griff? How you doing, big dog?
Man, I'm just chilling on.
All right, so Griff. So what do you? I mean, we don't want you to put your business on the street. What is something you have personally really bad that you don't want to discuss with women?
Nah, it just be like, you know, if you done shot your shot at her friend, or you done talk to a female that they know.
Hey, you see what I'm saying, Dean? You know, these guys know the answers to the questions they're answering. So, dude, what are you gonna do if you have talked to her friend?
I know. What can you do? Yeah, what's the problem? What's the problem?
Nah, I'm just saying it just be like, you know, just stuff like that, you know, because, you know, they are females that, you know, they'll drop salt on their home, you know, just drop salt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The female might be digging you, you know what I'm saying? And then she'd be like, do you know anything about this guy? You know what I'm saying? And they go digging up little dirt. You know what I'm saying on you.
Ice. Having a bad reputation as a ladies' man is a good thing. Don't ever hide from that. Don't be ashamed of that.
Embrace that, bro.
Embrace that. Hey, you know what? Yes, I talked to her, and guess what? I fucked her too. And what? I don't care what you think. Of course I did. Of course.
Hey, you not only don't care, I ain't scared to tell you the truth. Don't ask me nothing you don't want to know the truth to.
Yeah, and the thing she likes to do with toys and dildos, you want to know that too? I'll tell you everything you want to know, baby girl. I agree. Ice, y'all have got to stop letting women influence you to run away and tuck your ass under the couch or under the bed, excuse me.
They're not being influenced to run away. They're being influenced because they're being faced with they don't have no fucking game. They ain't got no goddamn shit to say. And that's why they ask these ignorant fucking questions.
I love it.
They ask these questions because they ain't got no belief in themselves.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be like sometimes it'll kill my game. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'd be like, you know what I'm saying, to where, you know, I might not get a phone call back. You know what I'm saying? After she done, you know, after I know she done fraternized and got around.
Hey, see, Griffin, this is why you don't catch, because when you start talking, you can't hear.
You can't hear. You gotta listen. You listen what you're saying.
We've been trying to tell you something since you said it.
Yeah,
but you just running your mouth. You can't hear shit.
Yeah, not Griffin. I mean, Ice. Ice, listen to me. Listen what you're saying. See, you give a fuck. That's the problem. I don't give a fuck if she calls me or not. Who gives a fuck? Okay. Do you think when you have game, you care? Listen, I'm gonna let you know what is. And then whatever you decide, I don't give a fuck what you decide. You could call me or not call me. I don't give a fuck because my life is still going to move with or without you. See,
hey, matter of fact, if you gave her number, if you gave her your number, you ain't looking for her to call because you on to the next bitch.
Exactly. You moving on to the next one. And guess what? And not only Black Ice, and did I already holler at your other girlfriend? I'm probably talking to your sister right now. I'm probably talking to your sister's girlfriend right now. And matter of fact, when I get done talking to you, I'm going to go talk to that one over there. What are you going to do? See, y'all guys think that's a bad thing. Y'all guys, what happens is lying to women is a bad thing. You guys want to be like, no, I'm not talking to anybody right now. It's just you. And yeah, that's why you laugh, because you know what I'm talking about. See,
nah. I'm not gonna lie to him, you know. I ain't gonna do no lie.
No. But you're worried about.
I just was trying to figure out how to, you know, get past it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, my game get killed.
Hey, bro, if we knew, we wouldn't need to ask you.
Right. Don't get past it. Go through it, dog. You worried about getting past.
So yeah, you keep trying to be slick and go around some shit.
Trying to go around. We'll go through.
You're trying to go around some shit, man. No, you got to run shit over with the truth. And that's what we doing with your ass right now, running you over with the truth. That's why you're coming up with this fake shit.
So Ice, listen to me. Here's the problem. When you have game and you're a ladies' man, there is nothing that you can say. They already know that you can pull women. Even if Bud is single right now and runs into a woman and she asked him, are you seeing anybody right now? And watch this, Ice. And he's not seeing anybody. And he's going to be honest. And you know what? I'm not seeing anybody right now. She's going to think he's fucking lying just because of the essence of who he is. She's going to automatically assume you're lying. You're seeing other women right now. No, I'm just chilling.
She is definitely going to think I'm lying.
She's going to think you're lying. So there's no win or loss. Listen, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So why don't you get the game? Stop worrying about what the woman is thinking. Stand on what you're doing and stop giving a fuck.
And tell that bitch, yeah, I got other women because I'm not exclusive right now.
Yeah, I'm not exclusive. You can rent or lease me, but you can't have me. And if you don't like it, there's the door. And you know what? They love that shit. Ice. They love that.
They will not leave.
They ain't going nowhere.
Hey, if you tell them there's the door, you can't see my address from in here. You gotta go where you can see my address. You gotta go outside the door, motherfucker. You can't see my address from in here.
Oh man, the game is beautiful, dog. You see me saying, big brother? We're just saying, man, stand on it, man. Don't sweat that backstory shit. Have a pass.
Hey, believe it or not, you gonna get X amount of motherfuckers that's giving you resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly you're gonna run into a bunch of them that don't give you resistance.
Exactly.
More than not, they like the truth.
Yes, they love the truth above all. Even if they might, okay, she might not like the fact that you have other women, but she's going to respect the fact that you was honest enough to tell her to let her then make a decision off of this weird thing Bud called the truth.
Hey, she going to be thrilled.
You
told her the fucking truth.
And you know why she'll give you some play on the side? Because you keeping things real. You keeping it.
Matter of fact, when you tell her the truth, she's starting to take her panties off.
And it started to slide.
Your panties start coming off, man. You tell her you being real with her.
Yeah, splash, bud. That's a splash.
Hey, that's the real splash. Hey, that's how I come.
That's how she gonna come.
That's me coming right there. Hey, and I didn't even have a bitch when I started coming. I was just thinking about myself and what I be doing. I start coming like that.
Oh, fuck. All right, Colin. So you see we saying, my brother, man.
Hey, if you ain't having fun, ain't having fun with these bras you talking about, you're missing the point.
We gotta have fun. All this, Jimmy, all this is fun, dog. This is all exciting. All right, so we'll throw you back in, brother. And we appreciate the call. All right, Ice. Appreciate you, brother. Okay. All right, respect. Thank you, guys. Lines are open. We got a question. Go ahead and call in. Let us continue. But like, just real quick, Griff. I'm sorry, I kept calling the wrong person, Griff. Like we're saying, just real quick, all you guys out here, do not be her emotional tampats. Do not be the guy sitting around hearing her talk about other men. Don't do that. That's the deal. You go to aisle 7 to get some Tampaxes. So, hey, Griff, we're saying to you, dog, they should be talking about you. They should be saying, you know what? This guy's an asshole, but you know what, Griff? He's not like you. I mean, you're understanding and you're sweet and you're cute and you're sexy. You know what? I'm kind of free later on tonight if you want to come by so we can, hey, bud, so we can talk. So, hey, just want to let you know.
And when he say that, she know what he talking about. He ain't really talking about talking.
Yeah.
He is talking about talking. He whispering sweet nothings in her ear.
Right. Here we go. This guy says, doesn't that make me dependable on the... Okay. So do you understand you were dependable on your fucking kindergarten or first grade teacher to learn your numbers? Do you think that when you went into school, you sat there and thought you knew it all? See, this is why you will never be teachable, because you're always looking at something fucking negative. Okay. Does the teacher, or excuse me, myself and Rosebud, are we saying we're trying to teach you to be us? Do you think we're trying to say, okay, we're going to show you how to move like Rosebud Bitter Dose, how to walk like Rosebud Bitter Dose, how to cut your pancakes or your steak like Rosebud? No. If you get out of your femininity, young man, we are teaching you how to do this weird thing, but it's called think for yourself.
Hey, we're actually doing the opposite of what he's saying.
Come on, man. What are we doing?
We're doing the actual opposite of what he's saying, because that's all we ever tell you.
Yeah.
Think for yourself. You can't do what we do. You can't be me. I can't be you.
Right.
Nobody want to be somebody else. You guys are the only ones that want to be somebody else.
Oh, okay. So this guy, Rob Black, we got you, buddy. Guys, please ask your questions. We're going to get all your questions in. We promise you, because y'all questions matter more. So he said, do you recommend canceling the first date if the woman is not texting or calling you as much prior to the date? Okay. Now listen, it's going to hurt you a little bit, dog. When you don't have sexual tension or sexual influence or a reason for her to call you. If a woman is not thinking about you, a woman is not missing you, and a woman is not looking forward to talking to you, she's not going to reach out to you. And the problem with this guy is this, okay, I wouldn't cancel it, but it's not going to be good because she's showing you that you're not the right guy. Bud, what say you on this, man?
If he was the right guy, she would have been called.
Oh yeah,
because she wants to talk to you.
Yes, they want to talk to you.
You just realize how boring you are on a date.
Yeah, yes. Well, he's not even on the date, and
he said, should he cancel the second one? If she ain't calling as much after the first one.
Well, no, okay, wait. He said prior to. Okay, wait. He said no. He's saying, all right, canceling the first date if the woman is not texting and calling you as much prior to the first. Wait a second, dog. Wait. Is it? Are you saying the second date or the first date? Prior to the first date. So no. He's saying before the first date. So, Rob, call in, please. Because we're trying to both figure this out. But we're both right because the clock is right 2 times a day. So, Rob, regardless of what we're saying, because we're both saying two different things, what we're saying is that the bottom line is that you're not an interesting person. Women will show you how interesting you are when they reach out to you because women will miss conversations with you. They'll miss your text messages. They'll miss the interaction. So a woman is going to show you what you actually are, Bud, to yourself. Bud, what say you, man?
I keep trying to wonder why this guy didn't call her. I'm saying if she ain't called in 2 or 3 days and you keeping track of the days and you wondering why she ain't called, why the fuck didn't you call?
Well, I'll tell you why, Bud. Because women are sick and tired of hearing, what are you doing? Silence. What are you up to? Silence. How is your day going? Silence. And because he is not an interesting person, she's saying to this, okay, well, now guys, don't get upset because this is fair for women and you should have the same thing. If a woman has a bunch of people that she can talk to that can be kind of interesting, why would she talk to someone who is not interesting when there are other people that can get her interest? So I would say this is more on him, Bud, because I think he did talk to her, but that phone call was so basic, bland, and boring that she's saying, what's in it to call him back? I'm not going to make my pussy's not going to get wet, Bud. It's not going to tingle. Matter of fact, it's going to be like a haystack rolling in the street because he's not turning me on.
Hey, you talking about one of them brushes?
Yeah, just rolling around and just rolling, just dry, like pussy drying out, like kindling and shit. Right.
Hey, the thing is, all of these questions: should this? Should I that? How to that? All of those questions could be answered if whoever asked them, were men, were real men. And into themselves. You are so into something else other than you have to question what you think. That's not cool. You're supposed to be so into you that you don't question what you think.
Right. All right. The next one is another bad problem. He's saying, what do you mean we? Hey, Bud. Now, Bud, you remember, let me pull it up. You remember? You remember Oscar Brown? Have you heard of a singer called Oscar Brown?
Oscar Brown, yeah.
You remember his song called "The Long Ranger"?
No.
Okay. Let me see. Let me. So Oscar Brown, and what year was this? He wrote this in 1974. It was 1974. Okay. It was called "The Long Ranger" by Oscar Brown. So again, I got to read these lines to you. Because this is y'all's problem. Okay, so ready, Bud? Let me read this song. Okay, so the Lone Ranger and Tonto were riding down the Navajo Trail when a band of Indians found them, proceeded to surround them, and the Lone Ranger got kind of pale. Tonto, our lives are in danger. We got to get away if we can. Tonto looked at the Lone Ranger and said, what you mean we, white man? And then he says, what you mean we, white man? He's saying, you be in a heap of trouble, but it don't involve me. And why am I saying this, Bud? Because your problem is, what do you mean we? Ace, what is this we conversation? When you
I think he's talking about we, the listeners, because every one of them calling in are asking the same thing.
Yeah, but
in different ways.
Yeah, but Bud, the problem is his mindset should not be a we, it should be a me. He's talking about, he's talking that he wants to help everybody else. Where is the conceit and the selfishness in this question? He's
There
talking,
is none.
right, there is none. And this is where you fail. Stop worrying about the next man. Stop worrying about what's going on with the next man. Stop worrying about the next man's problems. Focus on yourself and be more about yourself, and maybe you can turn things around. That's where I see a problem with this, because all he's doing is sitting around here talking about we are doing this and what can we do as men. No, it should be me as a man. Me, I, my, Bud. What say you on this?
He could have said, since I be having the same problems, we all, I'm having the same problems, seem like everybody's having. Instead of trying to, place it on everybody so it would be lighter on you.
There you go. There you go.
Fucking accept all the responsibility, because what's going on as far as your question has nothing to do with anybody else, just you.
Yes, just you. All right, guys, let me go down. I'm trying to get to the next question. Let me see. Go down. Trying to scroll down. Catching the questions, guys. Lines are open. We'll continue. Let me make sure. I think we got all of the questions. I'm just scrolling down. Just want to make sure I catch up with the questions. Yeah. What you mean we? Yeah, that's exactly what you mean we. Question right here. Here we go. Right here. Can you ask Rosebud to say what time? Wait, what? Can you ask Rosebud show at what time and day he show go live? Okay, sir. Let me explain something to you. It's the craziest thing. If you get off your lazy ass on Rosebud's thing, you can like, you can subscribe, and then you can hit this button saying, give me all the notifications. So when Bud goes live, see, guys, this is why y'all have problems with women. Y'all can't think for yourselves. It's basic. Hit the notification and you'll get the answer. Let us keep going. All right, we're good. We're caught up on everything. So, Bud, let us go ahead and continue. Let us continue as we were saying. And the color is burgundy, baby. It's burgundy. I'm in burgundy today, baby girl. Melissa, I'm in burgundy today. It's burgundy day for me. Anyway, it's a burgundy day. It's a burgundy day. So anyway, let's go ahead and get back to what we were saying, guys. As we were saying, and what we were talking about, we're discussing. We were talking about making her feel understood. Let's get to the listening. About listening actively, Bud, because I think that is a huge problem, and not just politely. Let's talk about that, man.
Well, when you really want to show that you're listening,
yes,
you have to at least be able to hear, especially if you start talking. You got to be able to hear what she's commenting as you talk. If you can't hear, then something's wrong with your conversation. You overly focused or something. I think that you got to be able, if they had depth.
Yes.
They had depth, they would understand the difference between playfulness and having something deep to say. Otherwise, when you really want to get her to thinking,
right?
Something like, what's something that's had a quiet but profound effect on you that helped shape you?
Well, a lot of these young men, they will sit around and throw darts in the dark, hoping something hits, Bud. They'll say things to women. You're so beautiful. Wow, you're so amazing, and you're so cute. And your intentions might be good, but it's generic. When you listen, you gotta, Bud. I listen to utilize the conversations to benefit me, Bud. That's it. At the end,
all you listen for to benefit yourself. Goddamn.
It's always going to benefit me. I'm going to take what a woman is saying. I'm going to listen, and I'm going to. Hey, Bud. That's what I call a culinary school, Bud. I add flavor to the chicken. Yeah, I mean, I put it in my.
You gotta add flavor, man, or else it's gonna be blah.
You gotta add some flavor to it. That's what I'm saying, gentlemen. That's Mouthpiece 101. Adding flavor to what a woman is saying. Whatever a woman is saying, you can benefit yourself by showing her, not only am I listening to what you're saying, but I can redirect what our conversation, bud, because I want to trigger something in her. Maybe I want to make her smile right there, bud, or maybe I want to make her think. Maybe I want to make her blush. You know what I mean? But maybe whatever I want to make her do, I can listen well enough to hear what she's saying and also use it to benefit me, bud. What say you?
You got to be able to pull something from what she's saying to make your point.
Yes.
You got to be able to do that. That's not manipulative, but it is the way you control a conversation. One of the ways you got to be able to tell stories. You know, when you talk about something you did last week, you got to be able to say it like it's interesting.
Yes.
And you got to make it interesting in the way you're telling that particular story about what you did last week, and you use examples to make your point. And talking about you know what I mean is not an example. You should make your own example instead of saying you know what I mean. If they knew what you mean, it means you ain't saying shit.
So this guy has a question: how do you put yourself first? That you only concern yourself with things that you care about. Okay, this is why you got to call in 2092. You get okay, big guy. I hear what we hear what you're saying on the surface, but the answer we might not give you might not help you because you're not giving us enough information to be able to give you a clear, direct, and concise answer. What does this even mean, bud?
Hey, to answer that, with the little understanding I have about it, is the only way you can put yourself first is that whatever you think, that's what you do first. You know, a lot of people think this and end up doing something especially when it's a girl involved. You think one thing and you do something that'll be cool with the girl. You know, fuck that, because sometimes what's cool with her is fucked up too.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're not making any sense. But if you can put yourself first in what way and concern yourself with what and what you care about for what, like why? So, young man, again, this is very important for everybody to listen. This is why y'all are having problems with women, because if you cannot articulate yourself to a man, you are never going to be able to articulate yourself to a woman, because this doesn't make any sense at all. I don't even know what he's talking about, but let us continue our conversation, guys. Lines are open. If you want to call in, we got you, buddy. But let's keep going. Let's talk about it, because let's talk about switching this to switch up, bud, between the playfulness and the depth. Let's talk about that, man.
Hey, you know, a woman likes seriousness.
Oh, wait, but hold your thought. We got a call. Hold on 1 second, but let's grab this call real quick. Excuse me, bud. Area code 323. What's your name, sir, and what's your question?
Oh, excuse me. My name is Donald, calling from Los Angeles.
Yeah, how can we help you, sir? What's your question?
Well, my bad, brother. I just wanted to ask a question for you and Rosebud.
What is it?
With a woman in a relationship, and she starts submitting to you and start actually showing that she's submissive. How do you handle that without getting your head in the clouds and taking advantage in a negative way without?
Wait a second. Wait. Are you on your speakerphone?
Oh, sorry about that. I'm on the head. I'm sorry about that.
I don't. You know the iPhone. You got an iPhone, don't you?
No, I got a regular Android, to be honest.
Oh my God, you making us Android people look bad then. Okay, get off the Android and get in so we can hear you, dog, because you kind of sound muffled a little bit so we can hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm missing something.
Yeah, you're saying some things. We can't hear everything, big guy.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, there you go. Now go ahead and say what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You got it, man.
My bad. For Rosebud and you absolutely true. I like the content that y'all released. But I was asking that when a woman starts showing that she's submissive and start actually being in her feminine energy, how do you handle that the proper way without taking it for granted or without getting too comfortable and kind of disrespecting her when she does that? Like, how do you deal with that in the proper way and in a very wise way? That's what I was trying to ask. You can hear.
Okay.
Hey, bro. You know, you asking a question that's based on theory, but you're not setting up what you're theorizing about. What's going on with the doggone? What's going on with the situation? All of that has to do with how you respond.
Okay, no problem.
You're not saying what's going on with the woman that's playing, that's showing you submissiveness.
Yeah, what's going on? Tell us what's going on.
Well, you know, like I said, I'm dealing with this young lady. And, you know, she's nice, she's sweet. And, you know, she is very submissive. And, you know, me being as a man, I've never really been around too many women that's like submissive like she is. So I kind of exact that type of energy. So I know y'all being seasoned men in this game.
But no, what is she doing? Okay, what is she doing that the other ones aren't doing?
Well, you know, she's very much listening. She's a little bit more considerate. She shows a little bit more empathy. She's a little bit more compassion. Certain things I don't have to ask for, she does it without any type of effort. I don't have to, you know, basically the usual things when you kind of do.
Hey, bro, so you're asking how you not use that?
Yeah, you're talking about your head in the clouds, or what were you?
Basically, what I'm trying to say is, how do I handle that wisely without handling like how most people would, you know, taking it for granted, you know, kind of not appreciating it, kind of just being, you know, basically, you know, hopefully I'm explaining a little bit better. Like
listen, man, you already gave yourself the answer. But you need to care. You said that you don't care. Dudes don't care. They take advantage of the shit. Don't do that shit. That's how you do it.
Yeah, young man, young big guy. Think about this. Okay, so I'm gonna use Bud and myself because we gamed up in this. So what you're saying, the reason why we don't think about those things is because these are expectations just to get my attention. These are things to allow you an entryway into my world, but that doesn't mean you get to stay in my world. Bud and I set standards for ourselves. So we don't get excited over things that we expect women to do to be around us. This no disrespect. And I get
no. That's a good answer. I like that answer. I'm
right. So what I'm saying is that I don't want you to think about it, and I don't want you to get excited about something that should be okay. A woman in your presence should be moving this way. So that should be the demand, like the law zero, Bud, to even get my attention. You should be doing those things, but you should never pat yourself on the back or feel special for basic things that you demand a woman to do. Does that make any sense, Bud?
Yeah, exactly. I definitely get that.
Yeah, it's making sense, man. But what I don't understand is why would you need a person to tell you how to receive somebody that's showing you respect?
Yeah, because he's not used to it. I don't think he's used to it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not really used to that type. So that's why I asked y'all that question for that wise counsel.
But have you ever thought about being in that situation? No, you haven't.
Never thought about that. You never put yourself in the gentlemen.
You gotta think about shit, man. You know, you gotta put yourself in that situation so you can mentally deal with it if it ever really comes up.
Yeah, okay. This is what I deserve. This is who I am. This is what I deserve. So when I get the things that I know I deserve and I get those things, I'm not going to sit around and wonder, well, is it actually happening, or I'm excited? What should I do? We think. Sorry, guys. This is what's so cool about the game. This is what Bud and I think about. I deserve everything you get. Listen, everything you getting. If a woman isn't doing any of those things, she couldn't even get my attention. I didn't say my time. I didn't say respect or my dick. I said my attention. I mean, what you're talking about, that's getting her foot in the door. That's the demand that I have of myself. demand that of yourself.
Okay.
And then when it happens, it's to be expected.
Yeah, that's what he's not doing. He don't expect to be treated like a man.
Yeah, you're shocked. You're shocked that there's a woman out there that's showing you a little bit of deference.
She's being respectful and she's giving you something to think about.
Yeah, and now it's throwing you off, and now you're saying what you want, how you should take it, the same way you do everything. Don't you put your hey, how do you put your pants on? Is it right foot first or left foot first? Which one is it?
Left foot first.
Okay, then guess what? It's still gonna be left foot first even after that shit. You don't change.
You're right.
Yeah. So guys, don't get excited. Okay, Bud, what do you say? You gotta move like you've been there before. Because if you don't move like you've been there before, it's gonna throw the woman off. Because if a woman is doing something to you and you get all weird and excited over that, it's gonna make her think, well, wait a second. Why is he acting this way? Is this the first time this is happening? And that's gonna turn her off, Bud.
Well, man, they don't want to be the test ride.
the crash test dummy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, a lot of you guys don't realize what you say. Tell the woman that you ain't used to being with women.
Yeah. You're showing her that you're not used to being with women. And I definitely need a woman to know that I know what I'm doing with women, dog. But both of us. I mean, does that make sense, young man?
Not both of us. All of us. All of us. Make sure of that.
I dig it like a shovel. I appreciate that.
All right, man. Well, if you have any other questions, let us know. We'll throw you back in. Okay. We appreciate the call. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Respect to you. All right, Bud, let's get back. Guys, lines are open. But back to what we were saying as far as the conversation of switching between depth and playfulness. Let's talk about that. That's huge.
Yeah, well, you got to be able to be serious as far as talk about something that no joking is involved, but you got to be able to joke too.
Yes.
You got to be able to do both. You know, like I gave you something that's deep. You know, when you just tell them something, give them a compliment that's more than just a compliment. You know, you got there's a quiet confidence that you have, and it let me know something that's had a quiet effect but profound effect that helped shape you. Now that's a serious question and it's deep. But the playfulness would be honest, how much trouble would you have got me into if we had met in high school? That's something she could sort of play with. You got to know how to ask questions that evoke those types of emotions.
So, guys, so back in our day, gentlemen, when we were small, when we were kids, usually in front of the Kmart store. I don't know if y'all remember Kmart because we're from the 1900s. So.
Them little fucking
you're not about to say, but yeah, okay. So guys, so please fuck you, Bud. So please understand this, guys. Listen, y'all guys, please, you've got to get the stick out of your ass. And what I'm saying is that women do not fall or their pussy does not get wet for someone that is one-dimensional. Someone that is boring, basic, and bland. It does not work. Women want that 90-foot roller coaster ride, Bud, that drops down, that has loops, twists, and turns. They don't want that ride that you have to be this tall, Bud. You got to be this tall to get on the ride, and it goes 1 mile an hour in a little cute little circle, so all the parents can take the pictures of their kids and shit. That's the problem with you guys out here. You guys out here don't have any depth in switching it up. Guys, you've got to have range. You got to be able from sometimes let her get a sample of your intellectual side. Let her get a sample of your playful side, your witty side, your seductive side, your smooth side. Because if you can't do those things right there, as I said before, what I was saying to Bud, he was laughing. Back in our day, when we would go to the grocery store, there would be this little kiddie ride right in front of the store that for 25 cents, You pop a quarter in there, and you can sit on a little horsey, and the horsey would go like this. Ooh, what fun, bud.
It was fun. Hey, but what you really saying, variety will keep her engaged. You
Variety, yes.
you
Yes.
heard variety is the spice of life.
Yes. It would definitely
You can't be one dimensional. You gotta show a versatility.
Yes. And y'all don't have that. But we have a question right here. We'll get back to the other one. Here's a question right here. Bud and Dean went on the first date last night, started making out, went to plan the date as a movie date at the crib. And she said she doesn't want it at the crib. Of course, we will look, how do I handle it? Wait.
Okay, man. He's saying that he went on the first date. They started making out. They went to plan the next date as a movie date at the crib, and she didn't want to because they would end up fucking.
Okay.
Handle that.
Okay, gentlemen. You want to know why why Bud and I get pussy and you don't? Because you're being a disingenuous motherfucker. And people like you are the problem. Well, not for men, because this is why they fuck us for free. See, you didn't go on the date because you wanted to go on a date. You went on a date because you wanted to lie, manipulate, and deceive her to think that you wanted a relationship when all you wanted to do is your truth is at the bottom right there. All you wanted to do was fuck. And that's the problem with you motherfucking losers. Let me give you an example. Bud and I can go on a date with a woman. Wherever we go, we're going to have a great time. And the time is so great that we're not thinking about her coming over to fuck. We have moved her emotionally in such a way where she wants to fuck because we're not trying to make it about fucking. See, Bud, the problem with these guys, this guy right here, and all you guys, you got to stop this shit. Y'all have got to stop being fake. Your motive was pussy. You lied to that woman. Why go out with a woman on a date knowing all you want to do is fuck her and make her feel like Bud? He probably told that fucking woman, I want a relationship.
Hey, ain't no way he didn't.
Exactly. And
he
then
definitely told her that. So these guys are having problems with lying,
like
trying to act like they telling the truth.
Right. And if you listen, and brother, and if you knew how to fuck, which you don't, when Bud and I have a woman over our place, we don't think about the fucking. Because you want to know why the fuck is going to happen? Because we fucking smooth with what the fuck we do. We don't have to sit there and have, because what he's doing is you're setting an expectation. You expect that woman to come over and open her legs for you just because she made out with you. Young man, let me help you with this, guys. Just because a woman hugs you, a woman smiles, Bud, a woman makes out with you, doesn't mean she wants to open her legs and give you some pussy, dumbass. And this is what's wrong with these losers, man. Stupid ass motherfuckers like this. But we would say,
hey, they don't use that making out as an opportunity to show their skills. They really are just making out. So,
you're just making out
so that they can get the pussy. But if you making out, you doing it because it's going to lead you to the pussy.
It's going to lead to the next step. So, okay, so watch this. It's going to hurt you a little bit, young man, because you don't know how to kiss and you don't know how to make out properly. Why do you think she said no to going to the crib? Because she doesn't want to give you the thought that you got a shot at her pussy. She's saying to you that what the fuck we did was so basic, boring, and bland that I don't want to experience that shit again. Because I know if I go over there, guess what? You're going to grope me, you're going to be touching me, and you're going to try to get in my pants. And I don't want to do that with you. Bud would say you.
Man, if you don't know that that's what they're going to do or present you, you don't know women. And you don't deserve to be around women if you don't know the basics.
Right. And if you had the basic down, hey, Bud, you know what? You know, because, you know, Bud, back in our, hey, guys, okay, back in our day, we had these box things called VCRs, guys. Hey, Bud.
VHS and beta.
VHS. Well, yeah. Well, you had the beta shit. That you older than me. You went through the beta. I went through the VCRs. So there was this place, guys, that I would. It's kind of a Netflix and chill, but it was called Blockbuster. So we would go to Blockbuster on Friday because that's when the new movies came out. But get a Blockbuster tape, and you know, maybe order some Chinese food or something like that. Have her come over and kick it. And we wouldn't even get to the half the movie because we'd be fucking this shit. Why? Because there wasn't an expectation of sex. She wanted it to happen, but she needs to feel sexually safe enough to say, okay, you know what? I don't want to feel like I'm a piece of meat. I want to feel like, remember, Bud, be seen. I want you to see me for what I am, not for what you see me as, Scary Hours. And this is where you're messing up, Bud. What say you?
Hey, well, the thing is, if you don't have a fucking agenda, you don't have a format for what you want to do. I have an agenda, and what I'm saying is once I have that agenda going in my mind, everything I'm doing is about that agenda. So if I'm just talking, if I'm joking, whatever I'm doing, I'm adding or including a sexual tension that I know how to build, that you should know how to build.
Well, okay, Bud, that's very important because a young man, okay, again, this is why you should call in because I don't like people like you. Because once we call you out on your fucking bullshit, y'all always want to add on shit. Guys, why didn't he say this in the beginning? Why is it that once we called him out to show him that he's all fraud and fucked up, now he wants to move the goalposts? But it's cool. You can try to move the goalposts to the right or left. I'll still show you why you fucked up. If you didn't want a relationship with her, then why did you take her out on a date, motherfucker? If you didn't,
and how the fuck are you gonna take her out on a date and you don't want no kind of relationship?
Exactly.
You know you didn't tell her that because that's eliminating the pussy.
That's my whole. Come on, dog. We cold the game, dog. Don't try to move the goalposts of motherfuckers that got game. You're a fraud. You didn't tell her that shit. Because if you would have told her that shit, what was the purpose of going out with her for? What was the purpose?
What was the purpose of making out and all that shit?
What was the purpose? Right, exactly. So guys, please don't lie. Please be honest. We're here to help you, but you don't need to lie to yourself. Let us continue.
Specifically did not want to lie about that. That's what you lied about.
That's what you lied. Exactly. That's what you lied about, man. Look at what you said. Let's go back to what you say. I went on the first date, but I told her I don't want a relationship, but I went on the first date. Right there, you're a fucking liar. Why are you going on a date with the woman if you are not looking for a relationship? And then what did he say? Plan the next date. See, guys, guys, listen. Please you don't need to lie. Just own it. Be accountable. And it's cool to say I just wanted some pussy and take the body blows that you get. But don't try to change everything up, showing how worse it is. All you're saying right here is date. Is he not saying that? He said the first date, plan the second date. But then you want to turn around and say that I told her magically, everybody, I want to show y'all where this fraud is at. Let me find it. Magically, I told her I don't want, let me find it right here. Wait a second. Scary. Oh, we got a call. Lucky you saved by the call. Area code 954. This might be California, I think. 954. What's your name, man? What's your question? How can we help you, sir?
Yeah, we're doing today. This is Prince of the game. I just want to say thank you for the game y'all kicking so far. You know, I have a question in regards to the game to Brother Rosebud, also to yourself because you answered partially of it.
Dog,
you know
slow down.
So you know what I'm saying?
Slow down.
Yeah.
You just take a deep breath, dog. You're talking. You ever see that FedEx commercial back in the day where they talking real fast? Or you
no, never seen it.
Never mind. I'm old. I'm old. I lose my thought sometimes. So Let's slow it down a little bit. Slow down a little bit, big dog. Well, what's your question, man? What's going on?
Well, in regards to the arsenal exam each and every individual has, right? You know, how do you avoid repeating the same conversation over and over? I know it's a simple question, but like, what can you do to avoid repeating the same conversation?
Where do
you know what I'm saying? In regards to, you know what I'm saying, having like 2 or more brides, you know what I'm saying? You know, you don't want to repeat the same conversation to each bride, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep it, you know what I'm saying, unique and individual, but you know, you tend to repeat sometimes things, or is it normal? You know what I'm saying? That's my question.
You speak English, man, so you're gonna say the when you want to say the. You're gonna say the same thing. Your conversation does not have to change
Facts,
with
yeah.
every woman. Your conversation has to include your intent, and your intent is what is different. You're of course you want to fuck the bitch, but while you're talking to her, you look for different things and to talk about. This one might want to talk about cooking. This other one might want to talk about getting dressed up. You know, you gotta be able to change your conversation. You gotta be able to adjust what you're thinking all on the fly.
Yes, because every woman is different. The reason why you can have different conversations with every woman is because don't lump all women into one box, because women have different personalities. They have different things that they like, and they have different interests. And if you're an interesting person, you can vibe off of what's the difference in her. I mean, you are the common denominator at the end of the day. But the question is to you, young man, where do you want to take her? Like, okay, give an example. Let's say woman number one.
I'm trying to take it to the mountaintop, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Trying
to take it to the mountaintop, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get the suck. Listen, so I was raised, like, just to keep it personal, I was raised to sucker, you know what I'm saying? I was raised by tricks and squares. So now once she makes that transition to, you know what I'm saying, being a fly motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, you realize that the pussy is just, you know what I'm saying, it comes with it. It's not mandatory, or it's not saying it's something to glorify or put on a pedestal. So my thing is, you know what I'm saying, once you make a transition, how do you fight that sucker that's in you that you were raised with, but you didn't have no choice, for example, being grown up by a single mother or things like that. How do you make it, once you make that transition, you have to be that real motherfucker?
Young man, stop. First thing you got to do is put the paper down. Stop trying to portray a role in which you're not. Stop talking like you have something that you don't have.
That's using those fucking words, man. Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about. Do you hear us talking that way? Do you hear us talking the way you're talking, young man? We're not talking that way.
No, you don't.
Right.
No.
So but you don't.
You're faking.
Right, you're faking it. Don't talk the way you
talk. Negative, because you know I've done, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate, you know, again, y'all kicking, but the thing is that I've done some adulation of my life. You know what I'm saying, growing up, and to the point now myself.
Hey, check it out, man. Whatever you done, you still calling in, so you don't know what the fuck you
don't know what the fuck right. So you don't know what okay, we're trying to help you. You got to move your ego out of the way. The only way you're gonna get the answer is stop trying to portray this role in which you're not. You're talking like you're something in a movie. You're not the movie. Put the script down. Stop blaming your mother. Put the script down and talk like a grown-ass man. You could talk using just like how we're talking to you. We are some bad motherfuckers, but we don't need to talk like that because we're not portraying a role. And you're talking and using words as if you're a part of those words. And you're not, big dog. That's got to be your first step, bud.
You telling him exactly right. You know, when you listen to a motherfucker and they be saying all this street term shit, that's because they don't really have anything to say to let you know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
So they got to say some slick shit. So you got to refer to being slick. Instead of saying you really understand, you just gotta generally understand. Who want to do that?
Well, let me just say this. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the streets, but not in saying the lane that y'all been in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but listen at how you talking now.
You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Listen at how you talking now.
You talking?
You completely left that slick shit alone, and you start talking regular.
Thank you. That's all we're saying. Get all that.
Because I'm taking heed. I'm listening.
Okay. Well,
that's all. But you know what I'm saying. But I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying. I'm trying to make it.
Big guy.
You know, I think that's what it is.
The problem is, okay. First thing you got to do is stop lying to yourself. If you don't do that, nothing's gonna help you. I'm just being honest with you. you're living a lie right now.
But
You're in what we call kayfabe. You know what kayfabe is? Kayfabe is
educate me.
I will. Okay, so I'm a geek. Okay, I'm an old ass geek. I watch cartoons. I watch wrestling. I play video games. I'm a fucking geek, and I'm proud of it. Okay. So when I was a lad, while the guy above me was walking around the streets pimping with hoes and tricks and shit on the streets, I was watching wrestling, okay? And wrestling had two types of factions. They were good guys, and then they were guys who were villains from parts unknown. And what they would do is they would pretend to be this thing to make the person watch it as kids and be like, oh, he's a good guy and he's a bad guy. But at the end of the day, it was a role that they were playing. That's not who they are. That's what kayfabe is. That means that you're trying to be, act, and portray a role in which you're not, because you want the world to see you as something that you don't even see in yourself. Does that make any sense?
I'm listening. Yes.
Okay, so that means this. The guy that's talking all that street shit that you're saying is the same guy of why you ain't getting any pussy. Because that street shit is not going to come. That's not going to make any sense to a woman. Well, how are you going to seduce her with those words? How are you going to turn her on talking that fast and using those words, buddy? How are you going to turn her on? You got her in front of you. What are you going to say to her? Give us an example. You got the woman in front of you. She's at your crib. She wants you to go ahead and talk that shit in her ear to turn her on. What you gonna say now? And go ahead and talk.
Well, you know what I'm saying? If I seen her on the street, I'm saying, hey, pleasure to meet you. You know what I'm saying? My name's Prince of the Game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? From head to toe shows you want to
Hey, stop, man. Stop. If she know what you was saying, you wouldn't need to talk to her. That's why when you say you know what I'm saying, they already know you ain't got nothing to say. You're telling them when you say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you don't have anything to say.
Yeah, let me. Okay, count to 5, and I will show you what I'm talking about. Count to 5, and I'll give you an example. Count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Did you say 1? You know what I'm saying? 2. You know what I'm saying?
No. Negative.
Right. That's the difference. That was your authentic you counting to 5. Everything outside what you've been saying is full of shit.
It's fake.
All this know what I'm saying.
I take that, yeah.
Right, and that's you. So you got to stop lying and stop trying to be something that you're not. Stop all this know what you're saying bullshit, because you don't even know what you're saying. There's a line after. There's a line.
I know you know what I'm saying. I'm telling him from head to toe, she want to grow and glow. You know what I'm saying? That she has the potential to be someone she wants to be.
Stop.
She wants to make it to the mountaintop with me.
You're doing it again. You don't have a mountaintop when you were standing on a molehill, motherfucker. You ain't got.
Matter of fact, what is your mountaintop? What is your mountaintop? How can she tell if she's gotten to the mountaintop fucking with you?
Yeah, what's the mountaintop?
For the mountaintop, you know what I'm saying, where it's nice, you know what I'm saying, weather, away from the boat.
Can you talk without you know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what you're saying. We're asking you what you're saying.
Talk like a fucking man, dog. Come on, dog. You're too fucking old.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I gotta work on that. I appreciate y'all giving me this game. I appreciate it. You know, I gotta work on it. I'm not perfect.
Take a deep breath and just talk like a normal person. Tell us about this fucking mountaintop that you have without saying, you know what I'm saying. Slow down, articulate your words. Explain it to us.
What a mountaintop, you know what I'm saying, where it's tranquil, where it's nice, it's easy, you know, so you can have a conversation where she could confide in me, trust me, you know what I'm saying, with her problems, and I can bring a solution to it. Someone that she could trust, you know what I'm saying.
Sir,
that way she can have a time out from reality when she's fucking with me.
Sir. You know why you have your biggest problem? Because not only you lie to yourself, everything that comes out your fucking mouth is a lie. You're not that guy. You don't know how to talk to a woman. Do you think that's gonna make her pussy wet? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, baby. Why don't you take off, baby? Why don't you go and put off your shirt? You know what I'm saying, girl? You know I'm gonna take you to this mountaintop. Yeah, why don't you take off your bra? Man, look at those titties. You know what I'm saying? Man, look at those nipples.
Hold up. Let me just say this much. Hold up. Early in the conversation, I know you know what I'm saying. I was saying how when you make the transition from, you know what I'm saying, not wanting to be that separate
knowing that pussy comes with it, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that's not the main objective here. The main objective is to make sure, you know what I'm saying, be with a bride that she could trust in me and I could trust in her. I could build up financially.
She can't trust
That's what I was trying to say earlier in the conversation.
She can't trust in you because you are.
Who's gonna trust a motherfucker that talk like you?
Trying to be slick. You ain't trustworthy. You're
completely untrustworthy because not only are you saying what you're saying, you don't sound like you should be saying it.
You can tell me, hey dog, you can tell a motherfucking woman 2 + 2 is 4, she ain't gonna believe you by how you talking.
Hey, hold on, I said what? Cutting off. My bad, it was cutting off.
Sir, what we're saying is
2 + 2, you know what I mean, is 4.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Saying it's 4. You know what I'm saying, girl? It's actually 4. You know what I'm saying, girl? It's 4. It's 4. Dog, why? Okay, you don't talk like. I mean, what's your favorite fast food restaurant? McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. Where do you go to get your fast food?
Burger King, and Wendy's.
So when you walk up to Burger King and you get in front of that counter, and they say, "I'll be the person at the cashier. Hi, my name is Steven. I'm a Leo. Welcome to Burger King. May I take your order?" What are you saying to him?
Yeah, let me get a double stack.
Oh, wait.
That's what I want.
Wait. Say that again. Say it again. Let me get what?
A double stack.
Wait. But where's it know what I'm saying? Where's the you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You see why you are a fraud?
I see what you're saying. Saying, yeah.
Because that's your authentic. When you told the cashier what you wanted, that's you. When you do all this, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to impress the woman, thinking your words are so imaginary and powerful, bad and impactful, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, he's such a dream guy. I gotta sleep with him." Man, that shit's turning her off, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's turning her off because you're talking too fast. You must be lying because you keep saying, "You know what I'm saying." All of the shit you do.
Nah, it's not really that lie. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
It's a turn off, man.
Say it again. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is I want her to be blessed. Amen.
Stop.
But the thing is that I'm not trying to have, you know what I'm saying?
Stop.
Me, you know what I'm saying? Like example.
Stop.
All right, I'll let you talk. My bad. Go ahead.
Please listen. You are not selling us a fucking car beside a gas station. That's what you sound like. Wait, how old are you?
Yeah, that's cold. 28.
Okay, then you are a fake, sloppy, greasy, disgusting car salesman at 28 years old. Because everything that's coming out of your fucking mouth is fake. You know, hey, look. Hey, you know what?
Yeah, you know it's crazy. I used to work at the car sales lot too. That's crazy you say that.
No, I'll be you. Okay, look. I used to watch you know those black and white like Blondie and the Little Rascals, and okay, I'm old. So back in the day there used to be TV shows back in the day, right? So if I were you and I was watching
50s.
Yeah, and I was watching those Bonnie and Clyde and stuff like that, I would talk to a woman like this. "Hey, Shay. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Shay? Yeah, I want to talk to you, Shay. You know what I mean? I'm gonna rob it. Yeah. You can't. Yeah.
Nah, for real, I respect that. Yeah.
And that's what the fuck you sound like to a woman. She's like, "What the fuck is he saying?" Because you're not. You look. I say this with love. You sound like an ignorant ass fool, man. Women want maturity. They want a man that can speak with depth and range. Not someone reading off a skip. "Man, Shay, I'm gonna say, Shay, yeah. I'm gonna ride the big bud, yeah, Shay."
Yeah.
That's what the fuck.
Yeah, I respect that, definitely. Yeah.
So why the fuck are you talking that way? What is that supposed to do? Trying to act all slick, and there's nothing slick about you, brother.
Hey, that's the thing. He's acting.
Hey, I respect game. That's how it is, and as it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm working on myself each day. You know what I'm saying? I read my books. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, if you respect game, why can't you talk?
I have no direction, at least. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was
You keep talking.
Keep fucking talking.
You keep goddamn talking. Once you say something, if you respect game, a motherfucker gonna respond. So you gotta listen to the response. I bet you talk to bitches like that, man.
It's like you saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, yeah, M, L, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, yeah. WX, Y, and Z. Now I'm saying my ABCs. Tell me what you think.
That's James Cagney, man. He's too young for James Cagney. Dean, you crazy as a motherfucker.
Man, y'all niggas roasting me, man. That's what's up, though.
No,
I appreciate the game.
We're not roasting you. We're waking you up. Stop talking like you are something you're not. You're not that person.
He is a cartoon.
Yeah. Come on, man. Don't do that.
You are a cartoon. That's what people hear you at. Listen at that motherfucker talking.
Well, that's crazy you say that, because that's, you know what I'm saying, part of my, you know what I'm saying, past life. I worked in entertainment, and I said I had to wake up being Beetlejuice, you know what I'm saying. A lot of it came to kind of transition with me too in regards to acting, because you know what I'm saying, in the philosophy of acting, you know what I'm saying, you have to act accordingly to act, you know what I'm saying, to the situation. That's why, you know what I'm saying, that comes with me from the past.
Sir.
Hey man, why are you still talking to this dude? And he don't want to listen.
All right, we're gonna give you one more chance to listen. We're gonna move on because you're not listening. Who the fuck? Okay,
I bet.
Why? Okay, what is so special about a woman that you got to act around a fucking woman? What's so special about her?
None.
So then, why are you acting?
Well, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know what I'm saying, part of, you know what I'm saying, how I came up, you know what I'm saying, entertainment. Entertainment,
sir.
Hey, why don't you say you're not acting? You haven't said that one time. We said you're acting, you're not even being real. And you haven't said, no, that's not true. I am being real. You haven't said that once.
Yes. And
you know what I'm saying? Well, the word real, you know what I'm saying? The word real, you know, like I said, you know, so what's your take on the word real? You know, you're probably gonna say, not you, motherfucker. I understand.
Goodbye. We can't.
Hey, he ain't gonna be real, man.
You got another call. We can't. Let's grab this call. Area code 929. What's your name and what's your question? How can we help you?
My name is Zay.
Okay, Zay. How can we help you, Zay?
Oh, okay. So I just been tapping your live stream from time to time, and
that's bad, Zay.
Yeah, I appreciate the information. So basically, what I was ready to ask is, you know, I know being a man a lot.
Okay, sir, you're not
a lot
man.
of it.
Sir, wait, sir, you're not a sir. Wait, let's stop there. You're not a man. So let's stop that right there. That's the first lie. So you're not a man, but go ahead and ask your question. What is your question?
Okay, so in becoming a man, I understand that you have to. A lot of it has to do with being able to articulate yourself and just being able to, how do I say, express yourself, you know, without giving a fuck. So my question is, like, is there any specific route I can take to like better articulate?
No. Wait. No. Wait. You just expose yourself. All right. Watch this. Okay. Let me ask you a question. How did you learn how to count? You went to school, yes? Yes.
Correct.
And school was probably what, 9 months of the year? Yes, probably around 9 months of the year. Yes.
Correct.
And would we say that you went to school every day from Monday through Friday? Maybe you were sick here and there, but the majority of the time you went 5 days a week. Yes.
Correct.
And that's how you learned your numbers, right?
Correct.
But you called the show, said you've been listening to us off and on. And then yet you want to ask a man question when you're not worthy of the information, because why would we answer a motherfucker that's been listening to us off and on when the information you should be on listening every fucking chance you get?
Right. I just
wait. Before he does this, wait, I want you to hold that thought. Everybody, what he's about to say, guys, I want to let y'all know this is being brought to you by Excuse Fairy Crunch. It comes in cocoa and strawberry flavor. Make sure y'all get it when y'all about to hear this fucking excuse he's about to tell us. So please give us the excuse and make sure you add dragons and zombies and unicorns in the bullshit you're about to tell us. So why haven't you been listening to us all the time? So then maybe the question you're asking can be already answered if you were staying in and actually learning. So please tell us why you haven't been listening.
Okay, I have a couple channels I listen to when it comes to just trying to grow into a man, and I don't like to feed the insecurity a lot too.
Wait. Then why are you here?
Because like it's like sometimes like I try and balance the time I use with
No,
actually
wait.
putting the stuff into
Young
practice
man,
and
wait,
listening.
young man.
Dude, you under 20, right?
You can say it one more time?
You under 20, right?
Yeah, I'm 19.
Okay, all right, hold on one
Hey,
second.
that's why you think that shit you think, that you
Right.
haven't had any time to learn anything. And while you did have time, you weren't learning. So all you've been
Right.
doing is pretending. And you're
Right.
trying to make yourself sound a certain way. And you already said you have to be grow into a man, you got to be able to articulate yourself. And you keep talking about like. So you're not articulating yourself. You're doing everything wrong. And I'm not really following you. I don't understand what you're actually calling about.
Okay, 1 second. Hold on, caller. Hold your thought. Caller, hold your thought. Caller, let me ask you a quick. Caller, how you're 19. Caller, are we are we being mean to you?
No.
Are we antagonizing you, sir?
No.
Well, excuse me. Okay, can you do me a favor, please, and just say, "Hey, his name is Let's Talk About It. Can you tell him to shut the fuck up? Why don't you do it? Say, hey, tell him to shut the fuck up and mind his own business. Go ahead. Say, hey,
Let's talk about it. Please shut the fuck up.
Thank you. Because this is what the problem is with you fucking losers. You motherfucking losers don't know how to be winners. And then when you hear a winner talk to somebody trying to turn him to a winner, you think we're being mean to the motherfucker. So can you say
how it is?
Right, sir? Can you tell him one more time? Let's talk about. Would you want to tell? Let's talk about it one more time. Would you want to say?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Please shut up, my boy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Shut the fuck up. Thank you. Because we're trying to help this young man. Just because you don't want to help doesn't mean we can't help him. And what we're doing is we're trying to open his mind in his world to see that you cannot, caller, it's this simple. Let me ask you, I'm going to make it very kindergarten for you. If I told you to go around the world and I told you to build me the perfect car, okay? And you went around the world and you got every perfect part from every perfect car around the world and you put all the pieces together and handed me the key, would that car start?
Yes.
Why? How is it if the parts don't fit?
You said they didn't fit. I didn't hear that part.
No, I didn't say that. That was your part to think. The car won't.
You got to put different parts from different makers.
Different cars, different parts, different makers. So what you're doing is you're hopping around, grabbing this from this person over here, grabbing that from this person over there, trying to put the parts together. And why you're confused is they don't fit. And then you're coming to us, asking us to help you to get you to understand why the car parts don't fit.
Right.
There lies your problem.
Hey, man, if you wanted to fix some brakes on your Chevrolet, would you go buy brakes that fit a Ford?
No, I wouldn't.
Why? Because it ain't gonna fit, right? They're different brands.
Right.
How come that analogy doesn't work in real life?
Okay.
So what we're saying to you, young man, here's the problem. You have to have a mentor or mentorship, because what you're doing is you're too busy going around cherry picking. See, you're doing, and listen, I'm proud of you, young man. You want to know why? You know why I'm gonna give you credit?
Because you at least called in.
You motherfucking right. You did what grown-ass men won't do. So, young man, that shows us you want to learn, okay? Even though you're fucking up, you still want to learn. Versus what everybody else, they're sitting on the sideline on their stomach, bird watching. So they don't.
He ain't trying to overtalk you.
Right. He ain't even trying to overtalk you. Listen. So what I'm saying, young man, this is why we're proud of you. The problem is that you're jumping around, learning different perspectives, trying to gain a perspective. And that's where your problem's going wrong, young man. That's why, again, if I were you, okay, because when I was 9, I met someone like a Bud. And you know what? That motherfucker is still my mentor now. Even though I'm still game to fuck up, I know nothing. Look, I know a lot of things, but I know nothing because I'm always learning. I'm always learning, right? But your problem is how you're learning. You're grabbing things, running away, and then grabbing something from somebody else, running away, and then you try to come back here. Does that make any sense why things aren't working right?
Right. Yeah.
But
You're trying to say a 7-word sentence using 7 different languages.
Yes.
And ain't nobody gonna understand that. You gotta make that sentence in the same language.
It's always got to be in the same language, buddy. Does that make sense?
If you thought about yourself the way Steve and I are saying you should think about yourself, you would always have the right mentality, and you more than likely would always make the right decisions. But since you guys put yourself last instead of first,
yes,
that's why you have such problems, because you're not conceited bastards like me. I'm a conceited bastard.
Right.
What did you do?
I know I am, because I believe what I'm saying is correct. I believe it enough to not only argue the point, but I'll make the action.
Yes. What did you do this weekend?
This weekend, I was chilling with my mom for a little bit in Connecticut.
Wait a second. Wait. Hold on 1 second, young man. Aren't you trying to get good with women?
I am trying to get good with women, yes.
Well, okay, remember, action is truth. Then tell me how hanging out with mommy is going to help you get good with women. See, this is where y'all, this is the,
Because instead of him borrowing $20 from a bitch, he going to borrow it from his mama.
From his mother, right, exactly. See, the problem is, young man, you want to know why you stopped talking? You want to know why you jumped off this channel? Because unlike any other channel, we hold you accountable for all the shit that you do. And you know, you coming here, we're going to challenge you on all the shit that you're saying. And you know what?
Right.
You said you want to get good with women. I asked you what you did this weekend. You know what a good student is going to say? Well, what I did Friday night, I did da-da-da-da-da. Look, I spent time with my mother, and then around 10:30, I took my shower, put on my cologne, bud, threw my clothes on, got in my motherfucking ride, went to the bars and clubs, talked to all the motherfucking bitches, bud, did my thing, went to IHOP later on, got some kibbles, talked to the motherfuckers that there, went home, chilled, talked to the women on Saturday, da-da-da-da-da, hung out with my mother, and did the same thing on Saturday night. But what did you say? I hung out with my mom. I hung out with dear old mom. And do you see why y'all run away from us? Because we hold you accountable. Right. People don't hold, a lot of these guys on the internet are not going to hold you accountable. We're going to hold you accountable. You can't say that you want to do something because we're going to hold you accountable for that thing. And my question to you is, why are you hanging out with mommy and not hanging out with some of that ass and titties at that bar and club in your neighborhood, sir?
Just haven't built that inner confidence yet.
But wait. How are you going to break it if you don't get off your lazy ass and face it?
Right.
No, not right. How? Okay, please tell me. Why? What was wrong with you going to a place where women are at? What was wrong with that? What was so bad about that?
Nothing.
So why didn't you do it? I thought you wanted to talk to women. Is not an answer. Come on. No, okay, listen, yo, man. I'm not trying to give you the pressure, but we got to put you in the pressure, because guess what? When you get around those women, it's go time. There's no time to sit and think. There's no time to go, oh, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got to put you under pressure because pressure create diamonds.
You motherfucking right. And we try to teach you to get that diamond dick. Yeah, I mean, right? So how are you going to be that guy being up under mommy? No, wait, James. Whoa. James, at 19, when you're in college, there are places that people go that are 18, 19, and 20 years old. Don't even try to. I used to go to teen clubs. So please don't make excuses. Women are everywhere, and there are places that you can go to. And even if you can't go to the bar, there are places around and outside the bar people are hanging out. Why
Hey, man, you know, a lot of motherfuckers use shit like that so they can feel like they can't go. Oh, well, you can't go to the bar if you're 19. Why in the fuck are you trying to go to the bar? That ain't the only place goddamn women at. Over 21, no women is at bars. 19-year-olds go where 19-year-olds see women.
Right, and you know where they go? They probably hanging out. They park probably by the Dairy Queen or Walmart. They hang out in the parking lot. They sit around.
They wherever they at.
Wherever they at.
There's places for 19-year-olds to go and be around women.
Right. What state are you in, young man?
Right now, New York.
You're in New York City?
Brooklyn.
New York State.
Wait.
I'm not from here though. I'm from Dover.
Okay, listen
it's
to
like
me. Wait, listen. Okay. No, listen to me. Listen. I went to this place called Times Square in New York. Okay. Back a decades ago, because I used to do some stuff for EA Sports, Madden and stuff, right? So
Right.
I went to Times Square and I was at the Marriott. It's a Marriott in Times Square. Okay. Now, where I'm from in Texas, there are some places that are open, or there's probably like at 2:00 and they shut down. Okay. Now, it was around 2 a.m. and I was like, you know what? I want to get some kibbles, but I wonder if it's probably going to be nothing open. I go outside, bud, at 2 a.m, bud. And it was as if it was like 6 o'clock in the evening. It was
busy as fuck.
It was busy as fuck in the morning. New York doesn't sleep. There is
hey, man, and the motherfuckers selling hot dogs is still out there at 2 o'clock.
Out there, there is no excuses why you are not in New York. It's a pockets of nothing but places to go. Nothing but places to go. Does that make any sense?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But what I'm saying is that you have got to get out of your own way, and you have got to go and face women. See, Bud, like we said before, it's not the fact that it's not the fact you don't know what to say. It's that you don't know what to do after it is what you have to say, and that's your problem, Bud.
Right.
What say you, Bud?
Well, the thing is, whatever you say, what you do after is be you. It doesn't matter what you really say, long as you be you in saying it, because you're not going to run out of words. At least I ain't going to run out of words. I'm a see if something is understood or not understood, and I'm going to make the adjustments as I'm talking. I'm not finna I don't need a phone booth to change into Superman.
Right. See what I'm saying? So, wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second. You want to know why we're not going to answer Ace Reaper's question? Because he's not calling in like you. So that means he really doesn't want to learn. You want to learn. That's why we're talking to you. I'm not going to answer that fucking question. You don't really want to learn shit, Ace. Anyway, back to you, young man. Listen, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. I'm telling you. It doesn't. And either you're going to get off your ass and do something, or you're going to starve. That's the honest truth. We can't force you to do that. If you wanna hang out with mommy on the weekend, that doesn't make any sense to me. I understand hanging out with your mother. I'm not saying don't hang out with your mother, but my God, why in the hell would you hang out with your mother on a Friday night
for 10 hours?
For 10 hours in New York. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let me see something. I'm gonna look something up. We're talking to him, Bud. Let me see if I can pull something.
See, the thing that you're not seeing, man, is that the moves you making are the moves people make when they don't want to do shit. You're not trying to improve yourself. All you're trying to do is ask a particular question that you think the answer is going to give you some magic pill for everything to start working for you. Because if you didn't think that, you would fuck with me or Steve and try to get the true learning of what you asked in the question about. You're asking a question that, and you don't know it, is you're asking about yourself. You need to learn more about you, and you need to be able to express that. He said articulate. We need all of us, all dudes, need to be able to articulate whatever it is about themselves that they're trying to talk about.
Young man, have you ever got off your lazy ass and gone onto your computer and asked what are the top 10 clubs for 18 and over in New York? There is the Baby Grand I'm pulling up. There's the Hyde Rooftop. There's the Village Underground. There's a Rooftop 93 Bud. There's the Webster Hall. There is 235th Rooftop Bar. There's the TAO Downtown Nightclub. There's the Space Karaoke Bar and Lounge. Solas. I'm reading all these things. Why the fuck are you hanging with your mother? All these places are 18 and up. And you telling me you can't go nowhere?
The thing, Steve, the thing is, that's what they would prefer to do. Come over here, ask a question, have you do the work, and then you tell them where to go. That's what they would rather do instead of looking shit up.
Look it up.
They would rather ask the question and go for whatever the answer is.
And you know how it go? Hey, fellas, you find, okay, I want to meet some women tonight. It's Friday night. Mom's in bed sleeping. Mom is probably going to be crashing about 9 o'clock anyway. Mom's sleeping, so you know what? Instead of you swiping up and down at pieces of pussy and shit that you can't get, why don't you use your fucking phone, go into Google and say, hey, I'm in New York for a few days. What is a club that I can go to that's 18 and up? And then when you get that information, call some of your boys. Hey, I'm about to roll to this spot. You coming? Oh, if without you, I'm going by myself, and go. Why don't you do that?
No confidence.
Yeah. So then you really don't want women then, yes?
Yeah, but he wants you to find them and give them to him.
Oh my God. Gentlemen, the more you act this way, this is why women are never going to fuck with y'all. They want assertive people. You should be able to go by yourself. It's New York, and I don't care where it is in the United States, even outside the country, there are always places for 19-year-olds and 18 and 20-year-olds. You don't have to go to the main thing until you're old enough, but come on, man. Why are y'all making all these excuses?
Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Exactly.
Why are you making these excuses?
Couldn't tell you.
No, you can't tell us because you kind of listen to us here and there. You listen to a lot of other people that not even giving. Who else gave you this information today? Who else gave you this information? Those other people. Did anybody else give you this information? Nope. Exactly. So then here lies the question. Why are you listening to them when we're giving you fucking more information in this one phone call than they have ever given you? Right. Don't even answer it. All right, young man. We'll let you go, but we appreciate the call, okay, big guy? We'll let you go.
The thing is, Steve, people don't realize how crazy and weak they are until they hear themselves try to explain it to us.
Exactly, because they think we ain't got no game, and then they see we have game because we force them to be more than what the fuck they are, and they can't handle that. They run. They want to go.
Just like he said, man, he been listening to whoever for however long, and on this one call, he got way more information than all them motherfuckers put together.
And what's crazy is he says he listens off and on. That doesn't make sense. Last call. About to wrap this up. Last call. 954. What's your name, sir? And what's your question?
Nah, brother, man, this is Prince of the Game. I just came to apologize to y'all OGs because y'all was trying to kick game, man. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be, over prudent, or not prudent, rather.
Hey, dude. Hey, man, listen.
Stop.
If you got anything, you will change up that bullshit you be saying out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's about this, you know what I'm saying? You will change that bullshit up.
You know what? This is how it will be. Hey, Stephen Rosebud, I appreciate what y'all said. You're absolutely right. I was doing something I wasn't doing, and I appreciate it. You see what the difference is before what you just said?
That was simple, yeah.
Then why don't you say it and simplify this shit and stop being and kayfabing that you're something that you're not?
Because when you start off that way, you put your mind in that set, and that's not you.
That's not you, buddy. Come on, man.
Word. Yeah, that's right.
Just talk. If you don't talk like a regular person, women are going to see you as a fraud. I'm telling you, you're going to be a fraud. Just talk like a normal person. Stop talking like you're a gangster that has a mansion somewhere in Mexico and you're running a cartel. Can you please stop? Please.
Yeah.
Just talk like a normal person.
I could do that, yeah.
That's it. And if you can do that, that's a change in the right direction. But you still need.
Once you start doing that, watch how much you watch what the fuck you be saying.
Please, my God, yes.
Word. So the thing is that the last caller that called in, you know what I'm saying, I learned from him too. Because, you know,
didn't you hear? You know
I was actually in the street and I got out because shit went south for me. And then eventually I ended up going to my mom's. So, you know what I'm saying? That
Will
called
you
too.
stop this sucker bitch ass crying, man? Nobody gives a fuck. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody gives a fuck about your life. They don't give a fuck about what happened with you and your mommy. They don't give a fuck about what kind of cereal you ate as a kid. So why do you keep telling us these sob stories as if we give a fuck? Why do you keep doing that?
Word.
Come on, dude.
Stop. I don't know, man. Word.
Come on.
That's fact.
Come on.
But my thing is this, you know, I wanted to say, you know what I'm saying, the word.
Hey, you can't talk with that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Nobody want to hear that bullshit.
Nobody want to hear that.
Every time you said we gonna cut you off.
We're gonna cut you the fuck off because we don't want to hear that shit. And you have got to stop that.
I won't.
Stop. Listen to me. Nobody gives a fuck. Please understand that. So stop pushing your sob stories on people. They don't give a fuck. They've got their own problems to deal with. They don't want to hear your shit. They don't. So watch. Okay, Carl, let's check this out. A woman who is insecure, who has low self-esteem and low self-worth, do you think she wants to hear insecure?
She ain't trying to hear that shit.
Bro, then why are you talking that way then?
She ain't trying to hear that shit.
Then why are you talking that way then?
Word.
You know what I'm saying, girl?
Yeah,
you don't understand, baby.
Yeah, I need to work on that.
Yeah, Shane, you know, Shane, when I was young, Shane, I used to drive my Cadillac, Shane. And then my mom didn't give me the Apple Jacks that I wanted, Shane. So I had to go to 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying, Shane? Ain't nobody want to hear that shit. Come on, dude. We're not being mean, but look, y'all say y'all want women, but y'all got to understand women don't want to hear that bitch ass shit.
Hey, caller. Admit the truth. You say this shit to women, don't you?
I do. You know I do. I'm not going to lie, I do.
Man, they don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear that. They're going to say,
they don't want to hear your problems.
Yeah. They're going to say, you know what? They would
rather hear how you solved the problem yesterday.
Yeah. Yes. Wait. Now, look.
That's true.
Look. If you want to have those conversations, you can. Look. Hey. I think it's an honorable thing. Hey, set up a slumber party and y'all can eat cookie dough ice cream, pillow fight. You can talk about boys and you can put posters on the wall. And y'all can put little hearts in your notebook saying, you know what? I really love Josh. And then you like, let's prank call him and things like that. I mean, is that what the fuck you want to do? I'm saying.
Nah, I don't want to do that bullshit.
Then why are you acting like you want to do that shit?
Hey, you talk like that's what you want to do, have a slumber party with your girlfriend.
Y'all can keep roasting me. I appreciate y'all giving me game, though. I need to work on myself.
No, I'm saying, dog, it sounds like, look. What I want you to do today, when you get a chance, go to the local Walmart and go to aisle 7. You want to know why I want you to go to aisle 7? I want you to post up right there. What do you think is on aisle 7?
I don't know.
Okay. On aisle 7 is a place that real men don't go to, but you can go. It's a Tampax aisle. So if you want to be a victim, stand by that aisle and bitch like a woman and see what happens. Every woman that walks by that aisle, just tell her, you know what? My daddy didn't push me on the swing when I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? My mommy didn't give me my cereal when I really wanted it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna say, "It's all right. Come with me. Come on. I need you to help me. Should I pick the ones with wings?" But
and they gonna hold your hand and take you to the Kotex aisle. They gonna hold your fucking hand.
Yeah, man, y'all roasting me good, man.
Hey, bro, people just ain't been nice enough to tell you this shit, but a lot of motherfuckers been saying this shit behind your back.
Nah, I appreciate it because I need it.
Yeah,
so I'm sticking through. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it through. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me.
Yeah,
Don't, you know what I'm saying? My bad. I gotta work on that.
Yeah, please.
But I appreciate y'all roasting me and making sure I make it to the other side. That's what I want.
Not roasting you. We're trying to wake you up.
Hey, that's right. We ain't roasting you, man. You just feel like we roasting you because we cracking on your ass. We really trying to wake you up.
Dashtina ta hayakas know what I'm saying. Dore pua.
Nokuma tiskatala yak ba.
Not yak bak. Noktak bak yata. Tampax buato.
with the wings. Hey, that motherfucker want to make
sure. I'm not too far from the truth, though, man. Man, listen, you can tell, I need Sidewalk University because I need a lot of things to work on. I'm saying, OG, how do I go about that with Sidewalk University? Because the courses are not popping up.
What you got to do is get with one of us.
Yes, exactly.
And start trying to make the whole cake instead of getting a crumb.
Robert, you want to know how I know what lane it's on? Because the women I'm fucking always tell me where you bitches are at. That's how I know what lane it's in. I don't need to be over there. It's bitches like you, Rob, that hang over there and want to give women your sob stories, thinking you can get some pussy by being a fucking victim. So it's the women that give us the pussy that tells us. That's how we know, motherfucker. Not you, caller. Just have to give someone some correction there. But anyway, you see.
I heard. No problems.
Yeah, but what we're saying, dog, is that stop saying you're close. You're not close. You're as far as Earth to planet. You're that far. You're nowhere close. Yeah, you're nowhere close. You're far, far away. Okay, far away. Okay, buddy.
But you can get close.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it to the
other side. As soon as you make your mind up.
Yeah, make your mind up and be honest with yourself, and stop all that other shit. The way you talk to the cashier, just slow it down. Slow down and talk to a woman. Introduce yourself to the woman. And stop talking about your sob fucking stories because nobody wants to hear that shit, okay? Listen. If you were upset and you want to cry, I say cry. Just get in your car, go into the middle of the cow pasture and cry and let the snot come out your nose and wipe the snot off your nose and all that. Wash your face and get back into the game, okay?
No, he could wipe his face,
Word up.
the snot off his face with his t-shirt.
Yeah, fuck.
With my forearm, shit.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Just get through it.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro, you will get through it, but you got to change up, and you got to try to change up, and you got to be conscious of what the fuck you saying, and you got to stop talking about you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Because motherfuckers don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, nobody doesn't know. They don't know.
Word up.
We talking to you and don't know what you're saying.
No.
I appreciate you know what I'm saying. Y'all taking the time to actually, you know what I'm saying, correct me in my wrongs, and I apologize for you when y'all were trying to talk and I was trying to overtalk y'all. Because you know what I'm saying, when there's a multitude of elders, I should stay silent. Because I'm the younger one.
You're doing it again.
You're doing it now.
Doing it again. Don't say you know what you're doing.
No disrespect. That's all.
Okay, it's all good. Listen, it's not you know what I'm saying. It's just yes, I understand. See, yes, I understand.
Yes, sir.
No, not you want to go, sir. Yes, I appreciate. No, I understand. That's it. Because that's the same we talk the way to women. Because if a woman gets out of line, do you understand? I'm not gonna say you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna say, do you understand? You see the difference?
Or you a nigga gonna say you don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? hey, saying it
that's slick. Yeah.
Yes. You see what I'm saying?
All right,
you gotta have all this stuff.
Right now, more broken bad jokes in the venue, man. I need you to help me out. You know, what I was gonna say it again. I would stop myself, but how much is it to get into Sidewalk University?
Okay, you can't.
Hey, go to swU.thinkific.com and you can come in at whatever level you want, 50 or 100, it doesn't matter.
Right. And if you don't understand what he said,
All right.
caller, if you don't understand what he just said, look at it, look below him. Oh, point up, bud. Point up, please. Just point up. You see that right there?
Above me, AskRosebud@gmail.com.
Ask that. He'll
All right, Rosebud with double D at gmail.com. All right.
Yes, sir.
You'll see the link. You'll see the link. Okay, buddy. We'll throw you back in because we're about to wrap this up. Okay, but we appreciate the call. Okay.
All right. Appreciate the time.
We
Thank you.
really appreciate the call back.
Good call back, young man. You got this, man. We got you, dog. Okay. You got this. Okay.
Yeah, appreciate that.
All right,
Yes,
respect. All right, that was a great call. All right, guys. So, but this is why they won't come back, gentlemen. We appreciate all the calls, but there's always, and thank you. I just want to post that right there. There's always for you guys out there. These are all teachable moments. You guys have a choice right now. What do you want to do with your lives right now? Do you want to stay at home, hang out with your mom? Do you want to stay at home looking at the wall? Or do you want to get out there and learn how much depth and range that you have? Bud, what say you on this, man?
All I want you to understand is that it's up to you.
Yes.
Make that doggone commitment to
Yes.
yourself.
Yes, it's
Not
up
a
to you.
commitment to bitches. Make a commitment to yourself that you want to get connected with the real you.
Yes. The more you are connected with yourself, gentlemen, the reaction is from a woman. You want women to respond to, when a woman thinks like this, saying that he gets me, but he also challenges me. He is intense, but he's not overwhelming. He knows when to take me serious, but he also knows when to make me blush, or he knows how to correct me without making me feel like I'm a piece of crap or piece of shit or something like that. So that's why the game is so important, bud. That's why they need to learn this stuff, man.
Hey, the game is important for many, many reasons.
Yes.
And a lot of the reasons that we discover when we talk with each other are important because 900,000 of you out there think the same thing.
Yeah. So guys, if y'all need to get at us. You got our information right here, gentlemen. We got y'all, man. But we got coming down because I got 2 YouTube shorts and a video to drop for y'all guys in a little while. So I'm gonna drop that. But what do you have for them, man?
Hey man, all I have is space. I have space for you in my school.
Yes, absolutely.
swU.thinkific.com.
Guys, come on, take that step or not. But gentlemen, hey guys, we are the only one on YouTube saying this, gentlemen. We're in the 6th month of the 23rd day of the year, which means you have wasted 6 months and 23 days, meaning that you have less time. There is less than 6 months towards a new year, and y'all have wasted your life. That means you've wasted 6 months of your life, and however old you are. Why waste any more time? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Don't do it.
All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap this up, man. We'll see y'all guys next Monday, and we out. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.